Trojanettes and the Lady Cats of Franklin Simpson here in Game 1 of our doubleheader tonight on the road. Barren County has won 5 straight over the Franklin Simpson Lady Cats. Last year, 55-18. 2 years ago, 55-29. And really the last time Franklin Simpson team beat Barren County was the 2014 season when they won 58-29. They've been to the 4th Region Tournament, but they have not been the last 2 years. They went 4 years prior to that. It's a team that only averages 40 points a game. In the last 3 ball games, Franklin Simpson's only averaging 28.3 points. And, Coach, they give up 51.7.
Yeah, I saw some of those numbers, Jace. A little bit of inexperience, I would say, as far as offensively, but always wondering what we can do to get better. You know, watching that game last night against Allen County, a couple of things I'm sure that Coach Lindsay stressed a little bit for us today, maybe in the shoot-around, is turnovers. Yeah, we had entirely too many turnovers last night, probably 20-plus turnovers,
right.
Unforced, half of those, and then rebounding, something that we continue to work on, defensive rebounding. And so we look so much better when we can make shots, and we played offensively well and get in our pressure. But taking care of the basketball, I mean, tonight's a game you feel like you should win, and you never know on the road. But, again, offensively they've struggled a little bit, so hopefully we can make some shots, take care of the basketball, box them off the glass, and get into our press a little bit.
Franklin Simpson shoots 38.8% from the field. They've hit 36 threes this year, and they shoot 57.5% from the charity stripe. Trojanettes are averaging 64 points per game in the last 4 ball games, 59.3 overall, giving up 47.1. Trojanettes have scored at least 70 points in 3 or more games this year. Franklin Simpson out of District 13. Right now they are 2-2 in their district, second to Logan County, who's undefeated at 4-0. Russellville is at 1-2, and Todd Central at 0-3 in the 13th district. The 4 losses for Barren County, 2 of them to Bowling Green, 1 to Anderson County, and 1 to Elizabethtown, all top-ranked teams in the state. We'll come back with more of their Zaxby's pregame report after this break. We're about 7.5 minutes away from tip-off, and this is Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. There's only a few games scheduled tonight on this Saturday night as we take a look at the area schedule. Brought to you by NHC Healthcare Glasgow, caring in a better way day by day. Greenwood boys taking on LaRue County tonight at the John Hardin Classic. Washington County girls and boys at Hart County. Russellville girls at Kentucky Country Day in Louisville. Cumberland County boys and girls at Warren East. Caverna boys at Butler County, and Russell County boys are at Pulaski County. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by SCRTC. Get things started with SCRTC's fast and reliable internet speeds today. Rex Lindsay, coach of the Franklin Simpson Lady Cats, will start tonight. Alira Barbie, 5'9" junior, averages 8.5 points a game. Kate Norwood, 5'2" junior, averages just over 10. Conley Wilson, a 5-foot freshman, averages 3.5. Also in the lineup tonight, Demea Hobson, 5'8" sophomore, and Isaiah Partinger, a 5'3" junior for the Lady Cats. Piper Lindsay in her fourth season at Barren County. We got Lindsay against Lindsay tonight, and her assistant coaches are Scott Chapman and Chad Withrow. Katie Murphy, 5'5", 8th grader, averaging 3 points a game. Elizabeth Bertram, the number one player in the 4th region, signee with Campbellsville University for next season, 5'7" senior, averaging 20 points a game. Raven Ennis, 5'9" sophomore, 9.5 points, 5 rebounds. Carly Delk, 5'9" senior, 8 points, 3.2 rebounds. And Eve Jackson, a 5'9" senior, averages 7. We'll come back with the tip-off, the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial opening tip-off after this break. Always remember, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then bring that vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. This is Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Franklin, Kentucky. Jay Turner with Coach Darryl Murphy as the Trojanettes 15-4. Franklin Simpson 7-10. Mind you're listening to our broadcast at 103.7 Nash Icon, WHHT-FM, Cave City, Glasgow, Bowling Green. Online at the new 104thescore.com. Also on BCHS Live tonight on YouTube. Trojanettes hoping to win their third straight. Actually, be 5 straight if you count going back to the Bowling Green loss, and this would be 8 of their last 9 ball games.
They have been playing a little bit better as of late, yes, sir.
The officials for tonight's game are Scott Daniels, Tommy Young, and Chris Sweeney. And the official sponsor is Scotty's Contracting and Stone, committed to providing all customers the same level of highest quality no matter the size of the project. We'll get set for the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial Opening Tip-Off, our first quarter of action, sponsored by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. The Trojanettes just to our left as they'll be dressed in their burgundy uniforms tonight. Barren County in gold. Numbers are in black, outlined in gold. And Franklin Simpson in their home white uniforms with blue numbers and lettering outlined in red with Franklin Simpson across the front of their jerseys. Got a doubleheader here tonight. The guys will be coming up later tonight. Should be a good one between the Trojans and the Wildcats. Always is. And the Trojanettes moving left to right here in the first half of play as we see it from the broadcast table. Franklin Simpson right to the left. And it is Raven Ennis for Barren County. Alara Barbie for Franklin Simpson. And Scott Daniels tosses it up, and here we go. Franklin Simpson will control it as Norwood, the point guard for the Lady Cats, to set things up. She'll send it off right side over to Hobson, and now with the basketball is Wilson. Wilson bounces back out now to Partinger. And Partinger on the dribble. That's Malia. Partinger starting tonight for Coach Lex Lindsay. Just underway here from Franklin Simpson High School. Wilson with the basketball top of the key. Heads back left off the screen. Now gets it back out now to Norwood. Norwood averages just over 10 points a game for the Lady Cats. Angles off to the right side. Dribbles and sends it back out top to Wilson. Wilson now will give it back to Norwood. Now long pass picked off by Ennis on a turnover. Ennis had it smacked out of her hands out of bounds by Barbie, but Barren County will get the basketball. And they will set up. Franklin Simpson will, looks like a, well,
little 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2 zone looks like. Katie Murphy, bounce pass left corner. It's Bertram firing the 3. No good. Rebound off to Franklin Simpson's Conley Wilson. 1 minute gone here in the opening quarter. Norwood will cross the midcourt stripe. Angles off right side of the right-handed dribble. Coming out to get it is Wilson. Wilson takes right side, reverses back left, gives it to Norwood. Katie Murphy picking her pocket, reaching in and tying it up. Barren County will get the basketball on the alternating possession. Raven Ennis inbounds to Katie Murphy. Franklin Simpson stays the 3-2 zone. Bertram back to Murphy. Right side Jackson. Backdoor pass comes to Bertram underneath. Reverses it up and it won't go. Rebound to Ennis in the lane. Back to Delk. Back right corner. Bertram fires. Hits it, but it's not going to count. Had, 3 seconds in the lane?
I think so, Jay. I think that's what they called on us.
I was looking at Bertram in the corner there, so didn't see the signal, but I assume that's what it was. So Barren County picking up some pressure in the back court. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Cats. And it'll be Hobson to toss it in. Full court pressure by Barren County. And Franklin Simpson breaking the pressure but losing the handle on it. It's picked up by Bertram. Ahead up to Ennis. Ennis drives under, lays it up and in. Barren on the scoreboard first. 6:16 to go in the first quarter. Norwood to the backcourt. Gives it off to Hobson. Hobson in the middle now to Barbie. Fires it down to the right side. Cutting back to the free throw line. They go left side. Here's the shot going up. It's no good for Partinger. Offensive rebound put back up by Norwood. No good. And Delk with a rebound for Barren County. Gives it to Murphy. Ahead left side to Bertram. Bertram back behind the arc. Going to put it up there for 3. Got it. Took some rim, but it went down. The People's Bank 3-point shot. And quickly, Franklin Simpson gets down the floor. Barren County with a 5-0 lead. Partinger giving it out to Norwood. Now Norwood will set it up against Katie Murphy. Out it comes to Barbie. Barbie back over to Norwood. Norwood's going to fire up a long three. No good off the right side of the rim. Chasing it down to the right corner. Hobson. Franklin Simpson keeping the ball alive on their end of the court. Norwood, left side. It comes to Barbie. She'll fire it from the left elbow. Shot goes down. And it's 5-2. Murphy with the basketball for the Trojanettes. Trying to set things up. Right side corner goes to Ennis. Gives it out to Jackson for the three. No good. Offensive rebound. Bertram stepping back. Free throw line. Lobs it down to Ennis. She'll kick it back out to Murphy. She'll fire it up for three. It's no good. And the rebound comes off to Norwood for Franklin Simpson. Racing down the court to the left side of the floor. Partinger with it on the left wing. Back out to Norwood. 4:40 to go. First quarter. Barren County 5. Franklin Simpson 2. Norwood's got it on the left side, top of the key, behind the back dribble, goes left side and hands it off there to Partinger. Gives it back over to Hobson, or rather Wilson. Wilson now right side over to Barbie. Barbie trying to make a move on Delk, trying to backtrack in. Now has to get rid of the basketball in a corner, and back out it comes to Partinger. Now she'll send it back to Norwood to set up.
I think Coach Lindsay from Franklin realized he's got to slow the pace of the game down a little bit. Real meticulous here on the offensive end for Franklin Simpson.
And Norwood jump stop has a shot partially blocked by Murphy. Jackson's got it, gives it to Murphy. Ahead up to Delk. Delk goes under, lays it up and in.
Just a lot of good things right there. Good defense by Katie, then a good outlet by Eve.
And a 7-2 Barren County lead. Here in the first quarter, 3:48 to play. And apparently they stepped on the sideline on the far side of the court. So Barren County will get the ball back. First substitution to the ball game for Franklin Simpson, Ashanti Hutcherson-Johnson, 5'6" freshman, in for the Lady Cats. Inbounds pass comes out to Murphy. Now Murphy heads to the right side of the floor. Bounce pass in the corner. And Bertram, long range right, dumps it down to Delk. Delk has a pass deflected, trying to go back to Bertram with it. And Norwood handles the basketball for Franklin Simpson. Long pass left side over to Hutcherson-Johnson. And back out it comes to Norwood. 3:25 left in the quarter. Right side with it is Partinger. Lobbed on the left side of the floor, and a foul on Delk as she fouls Barbie. And the first foul of the basketball game will put Barbie at the charity stripe for 2 shots. She's a 61.5% foul shooter on the season. First one is good. It's a 7-3 Barren County lead. And Franklin Simpson's only been averaging 28 points a game the last 3 and only 40 on the season. Second shot on the way. Good again for Barbie. 7-4, Trojanettes, 3:17 to play in the opening quarter. Bertram with the basketball, sends it right side over to Jackson. Bounce pass out to Murphy. Now left side corner, Raven Ennis. Kicks it back to Jackson. Over in the right corner now, Bertram. Can't drive with it. Back out to Jackson. Jackson, left side, Katie Murphy. In the corner, Raven Ennis. On the left side, one dribble, back to Murphy. Hooks it back over to Ennis. Now Ennis wants to drive, spins, kicks it back out to Murphy for the 3 ball. Got it!
Great penetration there by Raven, and the kick to Katie Murphy for the 3.
And it's 10-4, another People's Bank 3, and almost a steal by Jackson. Swatted away out of bounds. It'll stay with Franklin Simpson. And Macy Lockhart, 5'9" freshman, checking into the Trojanette lineup for Carly Delk. Full court pressure by the Trojanettes. As the ball comes into play to Norwood, Bertram trying to reach in to tie it up, knocked down, and then Lockhart dropped it on the baseline. So Franklin Simpson will toss it in again. As the ball comes into Norwood, and she gives it to Hobson. Hobson comes left side to Norwood. They break the pressure this time as Hutcherson-Johnson's got it, stolen away from behind. Bertram's got it, heading left side. Left-handed layup is up and no good. Ball tipped up by Jackson, caught by Lockhart. Back out to Ennis, right side. Here's Bertram, 3 ball, bounces off the rim, and the rebound taken by Franklin Simpson's Barbie. Here comes Norwood into the front court. We're almost down to 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Been a quick one with Norwood driving right, coming back left. Free throw shot over Jackson's no good. Rebound to Bertram. Outlet pass comes to Murphy. Murphy, diagonal pass left side. Ennis pulls up, kicks it back to Bertram. Bertram driving, going all the way under and across the lane in the corner to Lockhart. Out to Jackson. Can't shoot the three. Sends it back over to Ennis. She'll put it up for three. It's no good. Rebound in there by Bertram. Trying to go up between three players, and she's fouled.
Good ball movement there by the Trojanettes, making the extra pass to give Raven that open look on the corner. Just couldn't knock it down, but Elizabeth hard on the glass.
And the foul on Partinger. First personal. Free throw's good for Elizabeth Bertram. Shooting at 76% on the season. It's her 4th point. Wilson checking back in the Lady Cat lineup for Franklin Simpson. Emma Hughes will come in for Barren County. 5'5" junior. She'll come in for Eve Jackson. Also back in for Franklin Simpson is Malia Partinger. Bertram back to the line for one more. And it's on the way. Got it. Her 5th point. Barren County 12, Franklin Simpson 4. And there's a bad pass. Loose ball in the lane. Scramble for. Jump ball. Possession arrow to Franklin Simpson.
Great job defensively there by Elizabeth, but just kind of a little haphazard pass there for a turnover.
Down to minute 32 to play here in the first. The ball comes into play to Norwood. Working in the backcourt. And now almost a bad pass, and it is. Goes out of bounds here on the near side of the floor. Actually, it was touched by a Trojanette.
I guess the back tip there, they said that the girl in the front court didn't touch it. Great thing about our pressure, Jay, even if you break it there and get it past half court, we're still in it there a little bit defensively. Had a couple of turnovers.
Down to minute 22 to play here in the first. Norwood handles the basketball. 12-4. And out front with it is Wilson. She gives it to Barbie. Back over to Partinger. Partinger off the screen. Now into the circle. Gives it back out to Norwood. So they set a screen for her to try to cut Murphy off, but Katie stays with her. And right side it goes to Wilson. A little weave going on out there with Barbie. Now Barbie left of the circle. Pulls up. Free throw line jumper. Good.
Good shot there.
She has all 6 Franklin Simpson points. It's 12-6. Barren County, 44 seconds to play. And Bertram flips up the shot. No good, but draws a foul. Split the defenders, and somebody reached in. And she'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots. A foul on Barbie. Her first, team second. And Elizabeth Bertram at the line for 2 shots. 40 seconds to play here in the quarter. Barren County 12, Franklin Simpson 6. Free throw up and no good this time for Elizabeth Bertram. She'll have one more. And it's on the way. Got that one. Her 6th point. And it's 13-6. And Franklin Simpson breaks the pressure. Got a 2-on-1. They go underneath. Ennis comes out to defend, though. And here is a jumper from 12 feet away. Good for Barbie. Struck out her average already with all 8 points for Franklin Simpson. 13-8. Bertram, left side over to Lockhart. Out to Murphy. Down to 20 seconds to play here in the quarter. Back to the left side, it comes to Bertram. Back out to Murphy between the circles. 13 seconds to play. Now sends it down to Ennis. Back to Murphy. Swings it left side over to Bertram. 8 seconds to play. Bertram cut off. Gives it out to Ennis for the 3 ball. Good! Knocked the bottom out of it. And Raven Ennis gives Barren County a 16-8 lead after the end of the first quarter of play. We'll be back to Franklin Simpson after this timeout. And this is Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back here courtside at Franklin Simpson. Jay Turner with Coach Daryl Murphy. Quarter number 2. And it is sponsored by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Barren County's basketball leading 16-8. As Bertram will bounce it out to Ennis. You got Ennis, Bertram, Jackson, Lockhart, and Hughes on the court right now to start the second period. Hughes, left corner, Bertram. Fires it back out to Jackson. In the corner is Ennis to the right-hand side. Back out to Jackson. Left side it goes to Hughes. Hughes back to Jackson. Has a 3 ball. It's in the air. Got it. Boy, it looked good from here.
It did, Jay. She spotted up and was ready to shoot.
Peoples Bank 3. Here's a long pass. Chased down underneath the basket. Tipped away. Ennis comes up with a turnover by Barren. Lockhart had the numbers, but couldn't get to the ball in time. Here's Ennis with it out top. Takes it left side. Spin move in the lane. Goes up with a shot. No good. Tried to get her on rebound. Got it in the tall timber of Franklin Simpson, then lost it. There were 4 surrounding her, but Trojanettes keep it alive. In the corner, Bertram on the left-hand side. Dribbles it halfway out, cuts back left. Now gives it back out to Hughes. Right side it goes to Jackson. In the corner to Ennis. Now they dump it in there to Bertram. Bertram backs out. Top of the key shot good. Just inside of the arc. 8 points for Elizabeth Bertram. And we got a turnover by Franklin Simpson. Oh, somebody stepped on the line, or
not sure what happened there, Jay. They inbounded the ball, and she just kind of, I don't know if she anticipated a foul call or what, but she just kind of turned it back over to BC.
So Barren County will have it underneath their basket. 6:45 to play here in the first half, leading 21-8. 5-0 run by the Trojanettes. Here's a pass deflected, stolen by Norwood. Norwood behind the back dribble and puts up the shot. It's an air ball. Underneath, put back up and in, and a foul. Wilson getting the bucket. Barren County couldn't get the rebound, and the foul is going to be on Emma Hughes. Her first, team second. And Wilson at the line, 66.5% foul shooter on the season for Franklin Simpson. Her shot is in the air, and it's good. 21-11. And here's Katie Murphy with the basketball. Back on the court now for Coach Piper Lindsay. 6.5 to go, second quarter. Jackson's got it. Left side, Murphy trying to penetrate. Kicks it off in the corner. Here's a 3 by Lockhart. Rattled out. It went halfway down and came out of there. Rebound to Franklin Simpson's Wilson. They almost threw it away. Norwood in the backcourt working against Lockhart down the left side. Leaves it off now with Hutchinson Johnson. And now working with it, spin move. They kick it back out. And here's Norwood curling into the lane, putting up the shot in the end. Man, that was a fine drive.
Tough shot there, Jay, under pressure.
Yeah, Norwood gets her first 2. Jackson underneath spinning, going up with the left hand. She's fouled.
Nice pass ahead there by Katie. Eve with a good strong move in the left hand. Didn't get the basket, but did get fouled.
Foul is on Hobson. That is her first, team's third. Eve Jackson, 5'9" senior. First shot, no good. Shooting 50% on the year. That 3 she hit a little earlier was her 20th three-point shot that she's made this year. Second shot of the way, good for Eve Jackson. 22-13. Franklin Simpson breaking the pressure. They get it down the floor. And going up with a shot, no good. Shot it over the rim. Jackson with the rebound, gives it off to Murphy. Katie Murphy racing down. Bounce pass is going to be out of bounds. Thought it may have hit somebody's foot there.
I thought maybe so too, but he saw it the other way.
So it's Franklin Simpson ball. We got a tied up ball. It's Katie Murphy and Macy Lockhart tied up against Norwood. Possession arrow to Franklin Simpson. And here comes Norwood quickly into the front court. Leaves it off in the right corner. Shot on the way. It is no good. Crashing the boards, Carly Delk. Trojanettes have it. Lead pass up court. It goes to Bertram. Steps back with a 10-footer. Comes off the rim. And Lockhart tried to get to the basketball, but it goes out of bounds.
Hey, Elizabeth, you stay up. Carly, you and Eve are back.
22-13. Barren led 16-8 at the end of the first quarter. And here's Franklin Simpson. Diagonal pass, and Wilson had to chase it down to the right corner. In trouble. Now gives it back out now to Barbie. And now Norwood will set it up. Norwood on the dribble. Straight away over to Barbie here on the near side. Back at it comes to Wilson. Goes left side with it to Hobson. Now back out to Hutcherson Johnson. And we got a whistle and timeout by Lex Lindsay. He's going to take a full timeout for his Lady Cats. With 4:56 to play here in the first half, Barren County 22, Franklin Simpson 13. As we take the People's Bank of Glasgow timeout. The People's Bank of Glasgow, your local community bank, working for you. Checking out the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Couple of scores from today's action in the All-A State Basketball Tournament at Eastern Kentucky University. In the semifinals today, it was Bethlehem beating Danville 53-36, and Walton Verona over Owensboro Catholic 60-41. So, championship game tomorrow in the All-A Classic will be Bardstown Bethlehem against Walton Verona.
We had the 2A championship, I think, last weekend, Jay.
We
got the single A this weekend. So a lot of the smaller schools, so to speak, with the All-A this weekend up in Richmond, get a chance.
And in the boys' side of things for the All-A State Tournament tonight, game, I guess it just started about 20 minutes ago. Frankfort against Murray. Murray is the team that beat Metcalfe County last night, 67-55 in the quarterfinals. And Hazard against St. Henry in the other semifinal game. Hazard over the mountains.
That's right, Eastern Kentucky, Jay.
Franklin Simpson's basketball as we get back to action here. 4:56 to go in the first half. Barren County with a 22-13 lead. As the ball comes out to Barbie, she'll give it out to Norwood to set it up. Barren County staying man with 4:48 to go in the second quarter. Wilson with it. Deep on the right side. Out it comes to Hobson, and now they work it inside the lane, and a turnaround jump shot's going to drop in for Barbie. She's got 10 points.
Yes, sir, Jay. She's shooting at a high percentage, too.
22-15, Barren County. 4:27 to play here in the first half. Murphy with the basketball, swings it over to Jackson. Bounce pass in the corner to Lockhart. Lockhart, one dribble back to Jackson. Jackson back out to Murphy. Now Murphy will set things up, trying to direct traffic here. Will lead over the left side to Jackson. Back out at top, it comes to Bertram, straight away with a three. Bottom. Second three-point shot for Elizabeth Bertram. And now quickly down the floor, Delk held off kind of a shot there by Wilson, but it's out of bounds to Franklin Simpson. So Elizabeth Bertram's going to get a break here. Raven Ennis is back in for the Trojanettes. 10-point lead for Barren. It's 25-15. 3:56 to go in the first half. Norwood with the basketball. Katie Murphy trying to poke at it there to steal it. Coming to the left side, it comes to Barbie. Barbie sends it out now to Hutcherson Johnson. Now to Hobson. Hobson works around to the right side. Gives to Barbie. Barbie on the dribble. Back out to Norwood. Gets a screen from Barbie. Takes it right side. Goes up with a shot on the run. No good off the glass. Rebound to Ennis. Katie Murphy. Diagonal pass underneath to Jackson. Lays it up and in.
Nice pass by Katie there, and Eve with the great hands, getting fouled and making the basket, going to the line for one.
And give her the Edward Jones financial advisor, Jamie Harris, assist. Let Jamie Harris of Edward Jones assist you today with your financial planning. Jackson completes an old-fashioned three-point play. As she knocks it down. It's 28-15. Ball tipped away by Ennis, and then it was saved in bounds by Franklin Simpson. Could have just let it go out, and it would have been Franklin Simpson's ball, but ends up being Barren County's ball on the possession arrow.
I tell you what, Jay, they're getting a lot of passes over the top of this zone pressure here that we've got going on. Got to rotate back. We're up high trying to get some trap pressure steals. We've got to realize there's people behind us, and they've had a couple of good looks.
Right. Barren County's basketball, 3:20 to play here in the second quarter. Katie Murphy. Bounce pass, left corner, Macy Lockhart. Back to Murphy, dumps it in there to Ennis inside. Kicks it over to Delk out of the corner. The shot good. And just inside the three.
Great inside out there by Raven to Carly.
And now it's 30-15. Trojanettes have doubled it up on Franklin Simpson at the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. Partinger with the basketball, gives it out to Barbie. Top of the circle, going left, spinning back, working in with Jackson. Puts up the jumper, it's no good. Rebound, Raven Ennis. Trojanettes have it going the other way. Ennis sends it long down to Jackson. Jackson going up with a shot, no good. Tried to draw the foul there, but didn't get it. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Barren underneath. And Elizabeth Bertram checking back into the Trojanet lineup. Coming in for Macy Lockhart. In for Franklin Simpson is Lauren Johnson, a 5'9 junior. Franklin Simpson, only one senior on this basketball team, and she's out with an ACL. Nice pass down to Murphy from Bertram.
Wow. Elizabeth with the no-look quick pass. Katie steps in. She's the out-of-bounds. Steps in, but a great look by Elizabeth Bertram there, Jay.
Yeah, that was an Edward Jones financial advisor, Jamie Harris assist for Elizabeth Bertram. 32-15 now with 2:36 to play here in the second quarter. As Barbie gets the ball in play. Still in the backcourt. Cross-court pass, a looper. Goes over to Partinger, and then it's stolen away. Katie Murphy's got it for the Trojanettes. Loops it up. Bertram trying to get a handle on it. Takes it out to the right side. Now double team. Had it swatted away, but Katie Murphy there to get it. Kicks it back over the left side to Jackson. Fakes the three. Moves in 15-footer short. And rebound in there by Barbie. Here comes Norwood down the left side of the court. And a pass deflected, and underneath, it's Jackson coming up with the basketball. Kind of a little lazy pass there.
Yeah, a lot of Trojanettes there.
And here is Bertram stepping back, shooting the three. Got it! 3 People's Bank threes for Elizabeth Bertram. And she has 14 points here in the first half. Barren County leads it now by 20. Steal, Bertram's got it. And they've got fouled there, but no whistle. Ennis hooks it off in the corner. Murphy will pull the trigger. Got it! Timeout by Lex Lindsay. Barren County has blown it wide open now by 22. It's 37-15 with 1:38 to go in the half.
Well, we're doing a much better job tonight, Jay, although Franklin's not pressing at all. But even in the half-court set, I kind of unofficially got us down with about 5 turnovers, so a much better pace than we had last night, taking care of the basketball. And then our pressure has created some easy baskets. You know, obviously they realize they've got to, they're not going to score a ton of points, so they're very deliberate down here offensively. But, you know, we're doing a great job of moving the ball against the zone and realizing when we make that extra pass and catch, we're ready to shoot or penetrate, and just really good performance tonight from the Trojanettes so far.
Trojanettes were only 4 of 15 from 3 last night and already have 6 3-pointers in the first half.
You know, the key to that, I think, is when you catch the ball, be ready to shoot, and the extra pass. You know, if you make 2 passes and you're open, if you make that third pass, you will really be open. And we're doing a great job against their zone there of making that extra pass, and thus we're open and we're knocking it down.
Right. And 4 different Trojanettes have 3-point shots. Katie Murphy with a 3, Elizabeth Bertram with 3 of them, Ennis with a 3, and also Eve Jackson with a 3-point shot.
And that's what you want as Coach Lindsay moves into the tournament time. You want that because kids, you know, people are going to know Elizabeth's going to shoot the 3, but if we've got balance across the board, that's going to make us tougher to guard.
Absolutely. Franklin Simpson's basketball, 1:38 to go here in the half. It's been a quick one as Partinger brings it up court. She walked 1 extra step there just across the midcourt line. So Barren County gets it back at 1:34 to play. Stay tuned for our Colton Steakhouse and Grill halftime report coming up. And Conley Wilson back in for the Lady Cats of Franklin Simpson. Barren County's basketball, Katie Murphy. The 8th grader gives it over the right side to Jackson. Jackson back to Murphy. Try to penetrate. Bounce pass left side. Bertram thought about the 3 out there. That comes over to the top of the key. Going to put it up. 3 in the air. Bingo!
You got to know, you just can't give Elizabeth that much space. I mean, she elevates and quick on the jump shot.
And almost a steal. Jackson down to the floor. Gives to Bertram. She goes up, and the shot was partially blocked, but it's put up and in by Jackson. Eve Jackson with all 9 points here in the second quarter. Now it's 42-15. 56 seconds to play before the break. And Norwood will give it to Barbie on the left side. Can't shoot against Jackson. Now gives it down to Wilson. Goes under against Delk. Puts it up and in. Foul. Wasn't much of a foul there, though. Second basket for Conley Wilson. And foul on Carly Delk will be her second personal. That's number 3 on the Trojanettes here in the first half. Wilson at the line. The shot goes up and in. Taylor Harlow checking into the Trojanet lineup. 5'9" freshman. Comes in for Carly Delk, who just picked up that second foul. 48 seconds to go before halftime. It's 42-18. Barren County. Katie Murphy hands it off to Jackson. Jackson going left, now looking for Bertram, hands it to her. Now gives it to Katie Murphy. Bounce pass in there to Ennis in a lot of traffic. Kicks it back off the right wing and a three in the air. No, came up a little short for Bertram. And Franklin Simpson with the basketball. 25 seconds left in the second quarter. Wilson breaks into the front court, taking right side against Ennis, goes under, puts it up, missed it. Rebound to Ennis. Ennis for the Trojanettes, ahead up to Bertram, fires it underneath to Murphy, she puts it in.
Wow. Couple of things
and
there.
one.
Great pass from Elizabeth. A tougher catch. That ball had a little zip on it when it came from Raven, and Elizabeth caught it and threw it all in one motion to cutting Katie Murphy. Great job.
Ball did not hit the floor.
No, it did not, Jeff.
And Murphy's free throw comes off. Rebound to Franklin Simpson. 44-18, 8 seconds to go. Quickly in the front court, Norwood looks up at the clock, 4 seconds, fires up a long three that's an air ball and will go out of bounds. And that'll do it for the first half. Barren County in the second quarter scores 28, and Franklin Simpson scores 10 in the second period of play. Trojanettes 44, Franklin Simpson 18. We'll come back with our halftime report brought to you by Colton Steakhouse and Grill as you're following the Trojanettes, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. The Trojanettes lead at 44-18 over Franklin Simpson. Barren County led 16-8 at the end of the first quarter. Outscored the Lady Cats 28-10 in the second period of play. This is the halftime report brought to you by Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. Colton's thanks you for your business. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. We know what's at stake. For Franklin Simpson in the first half, 7 field goals. He hit all 4 of their free throw shots. Alara Barbie with 10 points for Coach Lex Lindsay's ball club. 4 baskets, 2 for 2 from the line. Conley Wilson with 6, all those in the second quarter. A couple of baskets and 2 free throws. Kate Norwood scored 2 in the first half. For the Trojanettes, 16 field goals, 7 3-point shots in the first half, and 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Elizabeth Bertram has 14 points, 4 baskets, 3 of those 3-point shots, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Katie Murphy with 12 points in the first half. She had 2 threes and 3 twos, 0 for 1 from the line. She scored 9 of her 12 in the second quarter. 9 points for Eve Jackson all in the second quarter on a 3-point shot. 2 baskets from 2-point range and 2 of 3 from the foul line. Raven Ennis with a 3-pointer and a 2-point basket for her 5. Carly Delk with 4 points in the first half on a couple of field goals. Emma Hughes and Macy Lockhart along with Taylor Harlow saw action but failed to score score in the first half. And Coach, you got a few stats there.
Yeah, Jay, some things that jump out, like you said, 7 for 13 behind the three-point line, and then 13 rebounds for the Trojanettes compared to 9 for Franklin Simpson. Another big number here, 7 assists for the Trojanettes to only 4 turnovers, so a much better job of taking care of the ball. And we've gotten 10 steals out of our pressure, so just a little more active tonight. I realize, Franklin maybe not as good a team as some of the teams that we've played, but we still want to, the things that we do well, we want to do well, shooting the basketball, turning people over, and because of our size, we always want to out-rebound our opponent on effort, so 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and only 2 turnovers. So a really solid half for Coach Lindsay and the Trojanettes.
And nobody really in foul trouble. There weren't that many fouls called, only 7 between the two teams in the first half. Lady Cats had 4, Trojanettes had 3. 2 of those were on Carly Delk, and Hobson picked up 2 for Franklin Simpson. Well, that's a look at the scoring and stats brought to you by Colton Steakhouse and Grill. We'll return with more over halftime in a moment as Barren County leads 45-18 over Franklin Simpson. Back with more. As always, you remember, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then bring that vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. This is Barren County High Trojanet basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Points the Trojanettes scored in the second quarter to Franklin Simpson's 10. They changed it on the board just a little bit ago. So it's 45-18, Trojanettes on top. And lots of basketball to come as we get tomorrow night off, and then we go to Hart County Monday night for a girl-boy doubleheader. Girls game will start at 5:30 Monday night from Munfordville. We'll be on the air at 5:10, the broadcast here on Nash Icon. Then Tuesday night we go on the road to Logan County before coming home next Friday night. Big district game against Glasgow. And then a week from today, Coach, go down to Todd County Central.
Oh, great. Jay, that's a wonderful trip if you've never made that. We make that in softball every spring, and it's almost an overnight trip. But, you know, we got a big one coming up for both the boys and the girls next Friday night with Glasgow coming to town, and probably will dictate some of the seating definitely there for both the boys and girls probably. So got a couple of warm-up, games games Monday and Tuesday. Then we'll have a couple of days to prep for that big Friday night game. And, as long as you can stay away from injuries this time of year, coaches had rather be playing than they had practicing. So we get a rest day tomorrow. And of course, playing on the road is a little bit more interesting, to play tonight on the road and then play Monday night on the road and then play Tuesday night on the road. But, in Logan County is a little bit of a haul. But we'll have a little time to rest before the big game. The biggest game for us in those next 3 games is the Glasgow game, no doubt.
Right, and the Trojanettes win over Glasgow next Friday night will seal the number 1 seed, undefeated in district play.
Right, I think us and Glasgow are obviously the best 2 teams, I feel like, and we played a really good game over at their place back earlier in the year, and we'll have to have the same performance defensively and offensively Friday night.
Don't forget, Monday night's game in Hart County will start at 5:30 instead of 6 o'clock because they play a lot of teams in the Eastern time zone, and that's why they start a lot of their home games at 5:30. So the teams that are in the Eastern time zone's not so late getting back for them.
Great idea.
But anyway, Monday night at Hart County, Tuesday night at Logan County, Friday night at home against Glasgow, next Saturday at Todd County Central. Coach, we're going to travel from one end of the region to the other this year. We go to Todd Central, we go to Clinton County.
It should be legal to have to go to Todd and Clinton in the same year. There should be some sort of written contract that you can't do that, but it looks like we're going to do it this year. You're right.
That's right.
From Albany to Elkton.
That's right. And everywhere in between.
Exactly.
Trojanettes will start the second half with Eve Jackson, Katie Murphy, Carly Delk, Raven Ennis, and Elizabeth Bertram. Franklin Simpson will go back with Pardinger, also starting as Norwood. They'll start Barbie and Wilson, Hutcherson Johnson, and Hobson. I think that covers it. Third quarter brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Barren County up by 27 here at the break. Franklin Simpson moving left to right, so we see it here on the broadcast table. They have the basketball. Working with it out there's Pardinger. She gives it to Wilson. Wilson out front with it, over to Norwood. Now Norwood one dribble, gives it to Pardinger. Pardinger cuts back left, goes to the lane, hurries up the runner, puts it in off the window.
Nice crossover move there.
Pardinger only averages 1.5 points a game. She's got 2 now. It's 45-20. Murphy with the basketball for the Trojanettes. Over to Jackson, right side in the corner to Bertram. Bertram fires it in there to Ennis. She dropped the basketball twice. Just kind of slipped out of her hands. And an unforced turnover with a double dribble there. Gives it back to Franklin Simpson. Norwood brings it up for the Lady Cats. Gets rid of it off to Barbie. Right side now to Wilson. Wilson back out to Pardinger. Now gives it to Hobson. Hobson down low. Coming out to the corner now. Barbie. Now here's a 3-ball in the air that is no good. Air ball goes out of bounds by Pardinger. Barren County's ball. Played almost a minute here in the third quarter. As Katie Murphy will bring it up. Katie Murphy with 12 first half points. Right side, Bertram. Brings it out to the wing. Now to the top of the key. Left side, Murphy. Crossover dribble left. Cut off. Back out to Bertram. Bertram driving left. Fires it down to Murphy. Can't get the shot to go, but got her on rebound. Comes out there with it. Gives it back to Bertram. Bertram floats it inside. A little hook shot. Rolled off the rim for Ennis. Ball tipped out of bounds off the hand of Ennis.
Not a bad move there by Raven. Just a little touch, kind of half hook shot there. She'll get that.
Franklin Simpson basketball with 6:25 to play here in the third quarter. Going off right, Norwood. They give it out to Wilson. Wilson heads right, looks left. Bounces back out to Norwood. Left side, Pardinger. Had an open look at the 3. Crossover dribble again. Goes it up from 8. It's no good. And rebound off to Raven Ennis. Here's Bertram with the basketball in the front court. Takes it left side. A little hesitation move. Goes to the basket. Puts it up. Won't go, but a foul. Foul is on Hobson, and I believe that's 3 on her, first of the second half against the Lady Cats.
Great hesitation move there by Elizabeth. I'd like to see her draw that contact in a soft touch and go to that line for and 1 as opposed to 2.
46-20. Second shot up, good again for Bertram. She's got 16. And it's 47-20. 5:55 to go, third quarter. Wilson with the basketball. Heading right, heading to the basket. Found a gap, missed the shot. Too strong against the window. Carly Dell for the rebound, off to Murphy. Almost double-dribbled it there, and a smile on her face when she may have got away with it. Three by Bertram. Oh, it rimmed out. Trying to get it on rebound. Going to be taken by Partinger. And now Partinger trying to get out of trouble there. Got rid of the basketball to Norwood. Norwood races down the left side of the floor. Goes inside. Runner. No. Rebound to Ennis. Outlet pass. Bertram can't get to it. Too much on it.
Those are the turnovers there, Jay, that we need to kind of take out of our game a little bit. Unforced, what I call unforced turnovers there.
Yeah. I might have to look at the scorebook because I've got a point that I don't have down here that I may have missed somewhere on a 2 or a 3 earlier. We'll double check it here in a second. 5:12 to go in the third. It's 47-20, Barren County. Partinger, left side over to Norwood. Norwood fires up a 3. Knocks the bottom out of it.
No hesitation there, catch and shoot.
That's her 16th three-point shot of the season. She leads the team in three-pointers. Here, Murphy working her way down, can't get the shot to go, and tapped it away. Oh, it's going to be out of bounds to Franklin Simpson. Come on now. 47-23. And Norwood takes her time getting across the midcourt stripe. Now starts trotting off to the right side, giving it out to Wilson. Wilson back over to Norwood. Gets a screen there, drives in, free throw line shot. Good for Norwood.
A good offensive set there, a couple of screens from Franklin Simpson. Great looking jump shot.
47-25. Bertram with the basketball, top of the circle. Picks it up, looks inside there for Ennis. Dribbles out of the lane, giving it back out to Bertram. Feeds it down to Murphy. Has to get it back out to Jackson for the 3. No, missed it badly, but Bertram there to put it up and in. 18 for Elizabeth Bertram. 49-25. Barren County, 4:08 to play, third quarter. Norwood with the basketball. Franklin Simpson. Out it comes to Wilson. Now pass deflected. Trying to go back to Norwood with it. Out of bounds to the Lady Cats. Macy Lockhart checking in for Eve Jackson for the Trojanettes. With 3:58 to play here in the third quarter. Barren County up by 24. Norwood. Right side over to Wilson. Wilson out top now to Hobson. Left side back to Norwood. Knocked away, stolen. Ennis has got it. Spins around, gets rid of the basketball to Murphy. Cuts back left. Goes up with a left-handed shot. It won't fall. Ball knocked out of bounds by Barren, they say.
Great job down on the defensive end by Raven to anticipate that and get the steal. Stepped in there. Katie's just a little strong with the left-handed layup down here.
Ashanti Hutcherson Johnson back in the game now for Franklin Simpson with 3:34 to play here in the third quarter. Barren County up 49-25. Barren County's actually been outscored here in the third quarter, 7-4. Stolen away, Bertram out in front, takes it all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. 20 for Elizabeth Bertram, matches her average on the season. 51-25 Barren. 3:12 to go in the third. Left side, Hutcherson Johnson. Bounces out to Partinger. Back left side, Hobson. Hobson, bounce pass in there to Wilson. Turning, working in there against Bertram. Shot blocked, but a foul.
You know, I'll give Franklin Simpson a little credit, Jay, down here offensively. This quarter especially, they are doing a great job with their offense. Lots of screens, lots of movement, and being very patient with it.
Elizabeth Bertram, first foul, first of the second half against the Trojanettes, and the shot is no good for Wilson. She hit 2 in a row back in the second quarter. And now changing the lineup for Franklin Simpson. Barbie comes out, replaced by Lauren Johnson. Wilson back at the line for Franklin Simpson. We're going to have a lane violation. Well, Lockhart had stepped over, so if she'd missed it, they would have given her another shot, but she hit it anyway. 51-26. Ennis. Right side corner. Lockhart fires it up, no good. Rebound comes off to Partinger. Stolen away by Bertram, and she puts it in. 22 for Bertram. Stolen away again by Bertram, and she puts it in.
Threw it right to her, Jay. I don't know what she was looking at there.
I don't either.
Threw it right to Elizabeth.
55-26. Now a 29-point lead for Barren County with 2:25 to play, third quarter. Wilson gets with the basketball, the left side of Hutcherson Johnson. Now reverses back left. Murphy really applying the pressure here. In trouble. Bounces it out to Wilson. Now Wilson guarded by Elizabeth Bertram. Left side goes to Hobson. Hobson curls to the top of the key. Gives it back over now to Hutcherson Johnson. Ball knocked away. And Bertram, I don't know if Lex Lindsay may have took the ball away from Bertram. Elizabeth's got a big smile on her
the
face.
Look on Elizabeth's face. Coach Lindsay had seen enough of that. He was done with us running out and hitting layups. So he just got that one before
Lex might have been out on the floor there. I don't know.
Could have been.
Took the basketball.
Could have been.
And Lex said, "Hey, give it to him."
Yeah.
He said, "I did that."
Yeah. Not every day you see that, Jay.
No. 2 minutes to play here in the third. Liberty Rice on the court now for the first time tonight. 5'5" junior. Gives it over to Raven Ennis to the right side. Back to Rice. Now gives it to Carly Delk. Turns around, fires, misses everything. And then to try to tap it back in bounds, Bertram. There's a couple of players standing around, and then Lockhart was standing there. And it'll be Franklin Simpson's basketball. Here's Wilson, gives it out to Barbie. Left side, Hutcherson Johnson. Back to Partinger. Now Partinger goes left to Lauren Johnson. Baseline shot is up and good for Barbie. That's her first two of the second half. She's got 12 points in the game. And it's 55-28. Bertram driving, splits the defenders, lost the handle, picked up by Lauren Johnson, reached in by Delk. Jump ball. Possession arrow to the Trojanettes. Taylor Harlow coming in for Carly Delk for Barren County. 1:16 left in the period. It's 55-28. Raven Ennis out to Liberty Rice. Back in the corner, Bertram pulls the trigger for three. No. Ball batted up in the air. Harlow tried to go for it, so did Ennis, and it's out of bounds to Franklin Simpson.
Great job there by Raven to keep that ball alive. Taylor just couldn't get her hands on it.
Hobson and Norwood back in for Franklin Simpson with 1:07 left to go here in the third quarter. This third quarter brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Not been a whole lot of scoring. Both teams have scored 10 points in this third period. Just under a minute to play. Comes out to Wilson. Gives it to Hobson. Hobson now to Partinger. Partinger cuts back left, trying to go against Lockhart. Puts it up. It's no good. Battle for the rebound. Grabbed by Ennis. Trojanettes have it. Coming the other way. Lockhart chasing it down. Stops and looks. Oh, going to call her for a travel. And goes back to Franklin Simpson with 39.5 seconds to play. Norwood will bring it across half court. Now cuts back right, wants to drive with it, throws it up, falling away, and it's going to go in.
Good take right there.
9 points for Norwood. Underneath, here's Lockhart banking it in off the window.
Good job by
Nice
Macy
move
there. Yes, it was.
And that's a People's Bank shot for the Trojanettes. 57-30, 14 seconds to play here in the third. Straight away, Barbie. Right side, Wilson. Down to 7. Backdoor pass. Here's Barbie putting it up and in. 57-32. And desperation shot by Bertram. Banks off the glass. That's the end of the third quarter. After 3, it's Barren County 57 and Franklin Simpson 32. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter after this break as you're following the Trojanettes, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Stay tuned next. We'll have Barren County Trojans and the Franklin Simpson Wildcats. This fourth quarter brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. Jay Turner with Coach Darryl Murphy here courtside from Franklin Simpson. Trojanettes lead it by 25. It's 57-32. And Franklin Simpson having trouble. They finally get it out to Barbie. Now Barbie on the dribble, sends it left side with a Hobson. Hobson leaves it out there with Norwood. Norwood straight away with a three. Bottom.
A little confusion on the screen there between Taylor and Liberty. Good-looking jump shot from the young lady.
Yeah, that's her second three-point shot tonight. It's 57-35. Here's a three by Ennis. Swish!
Catch and shoot.
And she hasn't scored since the first quarter, and she's got 2 threes in the ball game. 2 People's Bank threes. 8 points for the sophomore Raven Ennis. 60-35. Trojanettes. Hobson, right side, over to Wilson. Wilson, there's that looping backdoor pass coming to Hobson, dribbling it down the baseline. Back out it comes to Norwood. Norwood trying to penetrate against Rice. Liberty cuts her off in there. Giving it back to Wilson. Wilson now in trouble, bounces off to Pardinger. Pardinger faces up against Lockhart. Now sends it left side, curling into the key, backing away. Norwood. Back over it goes to Barbie. Back out to Pardinger. Left side, Norwood. And Norwood turns, gives it in the corner, left side to Barbie. Barbie spinning, baseline, 10-footer, blocked, but a foul. Going to call it on Raven Ennis. Her first, team second. Going to put Barbie at the line. She's got 14 points tonight for Coach Lex Lindsay's club.
Good-looking ball player.
Free throw, good. 3 for 3. 5'9" junior for the Lady Cats. Addison London checking into the Trojanette lineup. 5'7" sophomore in for Macy Lockhart. 60-36. Second shot is also good for Barbie. She's got 15. 60-37, Barren County. 6.5 minutes to play here in the basketball game. London, right side corner, Ennis. Ennis trying to go baseline. She's cut off by Norwood. Back to London, top of the key. Rice pulls the trigger for 3. It's off the back iron. Try to get her on a rebound. She does and dribbles away. Brings it back out front. Gives it to London. Back to Rice. In the left corner, Emma Hughes, who's back on the floor now. Back to Rice. Rice trying to penetrate. Goes in the lane. Goes under. And had it swatted away out of bounds. And Macy Lockhart checks back into the Trojanette lineup. She'll come in for Raven Ennis. So all the starters out now for Coach Piper Lindsay.
Kind of what you want to have happen, get the game kind of secured, be able to get those starters out, get these younger girls a little time here in a varsity setting.
Mm-hmm. And inside, here's a shot put up and in by Taylor Harlow. Freshman gets in the scorebook at 62-37. 5:53 to play in the game. Norwood with the basketball. Pass was deflected, but chased down by Barbie out of the left wing. Now trying to work it into Lockhart. Gives it out top to Hobson. Now Hobson picks up her dribble. Right side going baseline. Here's a shot going up. No good. Norwood missed it. Rebound to London. Here comes Liberty Rice quickly in the front court. Crosses over right. May have got fouled there, but no whistle. Out it comes to London. Back to Rice straight away. Now looking, goes in the corner to Lockhart. Lockhart back out to Rice, swings it off to London. In the corner, Hughes will fire for 3. It's no good. Here comes Norwood with it for Franklin Simpson. Got a 2-on-2 break. Norwood takes it to the rack and lays it up and in. Norwood's had a big second half. She's got 10. Actually 12 in the second half. 62-39. London with it, back over to Rice. Goes right corner to Lockhart. Feeds it to free throw line. Here's Hughes. Turns and gives to London. Left wing 3. No, off high. Harlow had the rebound, but lost it. Lockhart put it up, and it's got it swatted from behind by Barbie. And a foul on Barbie. That'll be number 2. Second team foul on the Lady Cats here in the second half. Macy Lockhart at the line, averaging 4.7 points a game. Has a field goal tonight and a free throw as she connects. 63-39, Barren County. Second shot on the way, good again. 64-39, a 25-point lead for the Trojanettes. Got Lauren Johnson back in the game now for Franklin Simpson. So is Ashanti Hutcherson Johnson. And Adasia Partinger also in the ball game for the Lady Cats. 4:33 to play. Barren County up 64-39. As Hutcherson Johnson has the basketball, covered up by London. And now Rice trying to reach in, steal it away. Jumped in front of Norwood. Going to be called for the foul. Rice is first, number 3 on Barren County here in the second half. So taking it out will be Hutcherson Johnson for Franklin Simpson. And finally they get it out to Lauren Johnson, gives to Norwood. Spinning against Rice. Off-balance pass going over to Partinger. Bounces on the right side to Johnson. And here's a bad pass, and it's going to be chased down almost to midcourt. They get a timeout by Lex Lindsay before the turnover. I mean, they didn't really have control of it.
No, it's still kind of bouncing around there and gave him timeout.
But Franklin Simpson with a timeout at 4:08 to play here in the ball game. Barren County 64 and Franklin Simpson 39. Trojans and the Wildcats coming up next here from Franklin, Kentucky. Still trying to figure out, Coach, where I missed that point. Now that you said Katie Murphy had 10 points instead of 12, I've got 3 points to make up here.
Now we're missing 3 points. We'll find it.
I don't know what happened.
We'll find it somewhere.
My math's not working too well tonight. And then you take the starters out, gives them a little extra rest to get ready for.
Oh yeah. This is kind of really
Tuesday.
Turned out how Coach Lindsay wanted it to. Came in, kind of handled business in the first half, and setting those starters and getting these young girls a chance here a little bit. So.
Yeah, the second half's been pretty even.
Yeah, it has. It has.
Up by 27 at halftime. Yeah, that could have been a walk, but the turnover. Rice has got it for Barren. Hooks it off down to Hughes. She puts it up and in.
Great defense by Emma on the defensive end, and then she runs the floor after the turnover and gets the receiving end of a good pass from Liberty.
Give the Edward Jones financial advisor Jamie Harris assist for Liberty Rice. Turnaround jump shot, no good. For Norwood, Rice has got the basketball, got trapped, but gets rid of the basketball up to Hughes. Hughes takes it left side. Here's Lockhart for 3. Good!
Great job not hesitating. Catch and shoot. Catch and shoot.
That pushes it out to a 30-point lead now. And Coach Lex Lindsay just wanting to bring some players in. 3:21 to go. Barren County now up by 30 points, 69-39. And they brought Wilson back in. A new player in is Jakaya Warfield, number 13, 5'3" freshman. I believe that's the only new player on the court for the Lady Cats.
He only had about 9 or 10 girls, look like, in uniform.
Of course, he's got 2 starters out with ACLs. And that being McCutcheon and Turner.
Yeah, nine girls in uniform tonight for Coach Lindsay. A little short-handed.
Yeah, now Coach Piper Lindsay going to bring in some more reserves to finish out with 3:10 to play. Going to get Addison Smith in the ball game, a freshman. Emma Stewart, Graceland DeWeese, Michaela Smith, and am I missing somebody? Well, Addison London stays on the floor.
Yep.
So Addison Smith with the basketball. In the corner, Emma Stewart. Back out to Smith. Now gives to London. London back over to Smith. Back to London. In the middle, here's Graceland DeWeese. Bounce pass back to London on the left wing. Hooks it down the baseline. Michaela Smith fires it up. It's no good. Ball tapped in the lane there to London. Dribbles out of there. Comes back and sends it over to Smith. Smith bounce pass to DeWeese. Fires it up from 14. Bounces, rolls, good.
Good job. Great pass by Addison Smith there.
Graceland DeWeese in the scorebook, 71-39. Barren County with 2.5 minutes to play here in the ball game. Left side with it is Warfield. Gives it out to Partinger. Partinger, left side, Johnson. She'll fire it up for 3. It's no good. Rebound claimed by London for the Trojanettes. London sends it right side. Smith will fire a long one. Knock the bottom out of it just inside the arc. Foot might have been on the line. 73-39. 2 minutes to play. Here's Hobson with the basketball. Johnson deep on the right wing. Back to Partinger. Partinger on the dribble against Emma Stewart. Takes it left side. Will throw it up and a foul. Foul is on Emma Stewart. Her first, team's fourth. And puts Partinger at the line for 2 shots. First one's good. 73-40. And this will be the 4th time this season the Trojanettes have scored 70 or more points in a game. And the second shot is off. Rebound to London for the Trojanettes. Minute 45 left. Smith with the basketball. Turnaround shot by Michaela Smith. Won't go in. And the ball knocked out of bounds underneath the basket. It'll go to Franklin Simpson. Now this game, Coach, just a little over an hour.
Yeah, it's moved at a good clip, no doubt about it, Jay. Not many fouls, and we've come out of the pressure here in the second half, so it's moved at a good clip.
Yep. Partinger, top of the circle. Left side it goes to Hobson. She curls out to the top of the key. And now Wilson trying to reverse it back right. Gives it to Johnson. Partinger, straight away, 3. No. Rebound Michaela Smith for Barren County. Addison London with 1:10 to play here in the game. Left corner, Emma Stewart. Back to Addison London. Gives it to Addison Smith. Back to London. London back over to Stewart. Stewart down to Michaela Smith. She puts it up. It's no good. Rebound in there by Wilson. Racing down the floor for Franklin Simpson. Back tap from behind, out of bounds by Addison Smith.
Great hustle there by Addison Smith not to give up on the play.
50.5 seconds to play. And Partinger on the right baseline to toss it in. Comes out to Warfield. Long distance 3 air ball. Taken by Michaela Smith with 44 seconds. Addison Smith out to London. Back over to Addison Smith. Feeds it in there to Michaela Smith. Turnaround jump shot.
Nice
Good.
job by Michaela. Last time down didn't finish like Coach Lindsay wanted her to, but that time ready to catch and shoot.
We'll have a running clock for the final 30 seconds.
Outstanding.
75-40. Hobson with the basketball. Left side Warfield. Warfield out top Partinger. Now Partinger gives it to Johnson. Johnson bounce pass in there to Wilson. Can't handle the pass. Down on the floor. Coming up with it is Graceland DeWeese. And she'll give it to Addison Smith. Long pass down to London. She'll lay it up and in. And that will do it right there. The Trojanettes win it 77-40 over Franklin Simpson here on the road tonight. We'll come back to the postgame report brought to you by CPC Commodities. Proven on our farm, made for yours. This is Barren County High Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. For the Trojanettes to go to 16-4. Coach Piper Lindsay and Coach's comments brought to you by McDonald's. And Coach, easy victory tonight. You had a chance to rest your starters, get ready for Monday and Tuesday and next Friday and next Saturday.
Yeah, and the list goes on. No, I thought the girls played really, really well. Of course, our press was very effective early. And, it gave us a chance the second half to kind of work on some things in the half court, especially defensively. And, we obviously noticed last night when we can't press, sometimes we struggle. And so I thought that was really good for us, for us able to see that. And of course, they move the ball around and take time, and you wish you had a shot clock, I guess, with this style of play, which that's what Coach Lindsay likes to do. So, but I thought we did a good job of staying after them, especially in the half court.
Yeah, they averaging 40 points a game, and that's what they got tonight. They've only been averaging 28 points the last 3 games, I think, but they've got 2 players out with knee injuries. But tonight, I thought we shot the ball a whole lot better than we did last night.
Yeah, we did, and a lot of them were easy not just easy baskets, but a lot of them were. But I thought we hit some outside shots as well. But again, I feel like we were very unselfish, and we were making the extra pass, and we were shot ready every single time.
Unofficially, we had 10 threes tonight, which that's pretty good.
That is. It's a lot better than what we have seen. Of course, I think it was kind of spread out a little bit with Elizabeth and Macy. We were talking to her earlier. Finally hit one. So, yeah, that was definitely good for us.
5 different Trojanettes getting 3-point shots tonight. Of course, Elizabeth Bertram, another outstanding night, 27 points. Katie Murphy had a great first half, I thought, scoring-wise. And she doesn't score a lot, but she had a couple of threes in the first half.
Yeah, and that's one thing we've talked to her about, too. Not just taking care of the basketball, but let's score it if you can. You need to be shot ready every time, so that way they can respect you and they'll guard you. And, I thought that she did a really good job tonight.
Hart County Monday night, they have 3 players that average in double figures, about 14 points a game.
Yeah, we played them over there last year, and they always find a way to kind of keep it close. We got to make sure that we, are solid defensively. That's one thing we've been talking about is, being in the right spot. Don't let them cross our face or anything like that. We definitely got to be ready to play over there.
And only one night to get ready for the next 2 nights on the road.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, we'll come in tomorrow, maybe take the day off. We'll see. The girls just want to play, though. They're excited. They don't want to practice. They just want to play. But yeah, you're right. We got 2 big nights coming up, and then next Friday will be the one that we got to star under.
Quickly, stats-wise, 17 of 35 from 2-point range, 9 of 22 behind the arc, and we had 30 rebounds tonight, 12 assists, 15 steals.
Good. I like that, and I like our turnovers are down. That's one thing that we had been really discussing is value in the basketball, value in each possession. I think we had 23 the other night, 23 turnovers. Think about how many more shots you're getting up if you don't, and so definitely excited to see that right there.
That's right. Coach, congratulations to you. We'll see you Monday night.
All right, Jay. Thank you.
Trojanettes 77 and Franklin Simpson 40 tonight. As we take a look at the post-game stats brought to you by CPC Commodities, proven on our farm and made for yours. Franklin Simpson, 16 points from Alara Barbie, 14 from Kate Norwood, 7 from Conley Wilson, and 3 from Maylee Pardinger. For Barren County tonight, 30 field goals, 9 3-pointers. Elizabeth Bertram with 27. She had 17 in the first half. 10 points for Katie Murphy tonight, 8 for Raven Ennis, 4 points for Carly Delk, 9 for Eve Jackson, 2 points for Emma Hughes. Macy Lockhart scored 7, Taylor Harlow with 2, Addison London with 4, Michaela Smith with 2, and Graceland DeWeese had 2 points tonight. So the Trojanettes go to 16-4 on the year, and Franklin Simpson falls to 7-11. As we get set, the Trojans and the Wildcats coming up next as you're listening to Barren County High Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back at Franklin Simpson High School here in Franklin, Kentucky for our second game of the evening between the Barren County Trojans and the Franklin Simpson Wildcats. The Wildcats are 9-9 under D. Spencer in his 8th season here at Franklin Simpson. They were rated number 7 in the Dave Cantrell ratings this week, number 9 in the Bowling Green Daily News prep poll. They lost to Greenwood Tuesday night in a close one, 54-51, and last night lost to Logan County in a District 13 matchup, 65-51. The Trojans under 12th-year head coach Warren Cunningham, 12-6 coming into tonight's game, won 5 straight. And, of course, a big district win last night over Allen County, Scottsville, 57-45. Will Bandy had 19. Jacob Shaw had 12. Gavin Withrow, 11 points in that matchup. And the Trojans shot really well from the free throw line last night. Bandy hit 9 of 10. Shaw hit all 9 of his free throw attempts. And Gavin Withrow hit 3 threes last night for the Trojans in that 12-point victory. Aiden Eichen only had 5 points last night, his season low. So far this season, but averaging about 15 points a game. Hopefully he'll get on track tonight against the very athletic Wildcat team of Franklin Simpson. The Trojans come in ranked number 4 in the region. Dave Cantrell ratings this week, number 6 in the Bowling Green Daily News prep poll, and on paper about a 7-point favorite tonight, but Franklin Simpson will have the home court advantage. Of course, the Trojans in action Monday night at Hart County, Tuesday night at Logan County. We'll come back at home Friday night to take on the Glasgow Scotties in a very important district game, and then next Saturday we'll travel down to Todd County Central. Right now the district standings has Glasgow at 3-0, Barren County now 4-1, and Allen County Scottsville 1-3, and Monroe County at 0-4 in district play. And this is the 4th game of the week for the Trojans. They beat Monroe County on Monday night 47-45 in a district game. Tuesday night beat a very good Ohio County team by 2 points, 63-61, and then Allen County Scottsville last night by a score of 57-45. And the 6 losses this year by the Trojans, all 6 have been close, and all 6 the Trojans had the lead in those games. They lost to South Warren by 9, Hopkinsville by 4, Bell County by 6 in overtime, Cincinnati Roger Bacon by 7 in overtime, lost to Glasgow by 5 in a district game, and then lost to Bowling Green by 3. Franklin Simpson out of District 13. Right now they are the 2 seed in the district with a couple more games still to go. Logan County, the number 1 seed at 4-0. Franklin Simpson's 2-2. Todd County Central 1-2, and Russellville is 0-3. Franklin Simpson 9-9 on the season. Their wins have had some close ones over Clinton County, 46-45. Warren East 64-62. Greenwood 46-44. Owensboro 73-71. Russellville 75-44. Beat Muhlenberg County by a score of 59-53. Hart County by 21. Or actually by 11, 74-63. Beat Todd Central 55-42, and a 6-point win over Allen County Scottsville 47-41. The 9 losses have been to Monroe County 67-59, to South Warren 60-55, Logan County 64-57. They've lost to Warren Central twice this season, 71-59 and 58-46. They lost to Gallatin Station Camp out of Tennessee 47-45. Lost to Glasgow by 10, 58-48. Greenwood by 3, 54-51 on Tuesday night, as we mentioned, and Logan County 65-51 last night in a district game. Last year, the Wildcats finished 16-13. Barren County won the matchup last year against the Wildcats in double overtime, 63-59. And then 2 years ago, Franklin Simpson was 7-23, and they ended up actually being the runner-up in the 13th district and went into the regional tournament with a record of 7-23. And Barren County won the matchup last year during the regular season, 51-49. There have been some close games between the Trojans and Wildcats over the past few years. Again, a 4-point victory last year in double overtime, 2 points 2 years ago. Franklin Simpson won the 2 previous matchups prior to that by 6 and by 12. Barren County had a 9-point win in 2015, and Franklin Simpson had a 2-point win in 2013. Well, we're about 8 minutes away from tip-off, and this is the pregame report brought to you by Zaxby's with a new Caribbean jerk filet sandwich or boneless wings meal. The meal comes with crinkle fries and a 22-ounce Coca-Cola freestyle drink. And we'll come back with more of our pregame coverage in a moment. This is Barren County High School basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. 56.1 points a game, and their opponents averaging exactly the same, 56.1. I guess that's why they're 9-9 on the year.
Yeah,
how about that, Chad Withrow?
I don't think you see that very often.
No.
Exactly the same.
That's right. 43% from the field, 27% on three-pointers. They've hit 79 this year, and they shoot 59.3% from the foul line, average 23 rebounds a game. Barren County is averaging 63.6 points a game, giving up 51 to their opponents, shooting at 45% from the field, hit 84 threes so far this year, 29.3% overall, 63.3% from the foul line, and 33 rebounds a game. And mentioned this in the pregame. Trojans winning yesterday or last night 57-45 over Allen County Scottsville, and have won 5 straight. And it was a big night as Will Bandy, Jacob Shaw, and Gavin Withrow had double figures last night. Withrow with 3 threes. Bandy hit 9 of 10 free throws. Shaw hit all 9 of his free throw attempts. Aiden Niken had an off night last night, only 5 points. And hopefully he'll get on track tonight.
Yeah, you know, they're kids. They're going to have nights where they don't play as well, and it's good when he comes out and doesn't play as well and we still win by double figures. That's what it's all about. Team, everybody stepping up and filling in where one night, you know, he might come out tonight and get 30. So it's just good to get that win. Like you said, 5 in a row, playing some good teams too. It's not like we're beating teams that aren't very good. We beat some quality teams in this stretch.
Right. We'll come back with the starting lineups brought to you by SCRTC. Get things started with SCRTC's fast and reliable internet speeds today. Always remember, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then bring that vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. This is Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Steve Spencer in his 8th season with the Franklin Simpson Wildcats. We'll start Dre Miller, 5'11 junior, averaging 13.3 points a game. Kawan Stutzman, 5'9 junior, 14.5 points. DeMarco Chapman, a 5'11 senior, 14 points, 6.5 rebounds. Tedrick Partinger, 5'9 senior, averaging almost 7. And Dawson Knight, 5'9 senior, averages 3.8 points a game for the Wildcats. The Trojans under 12th-year head coach Warren Cunningham. Assistant coaches Lee Johnson, Matt Gardner, Jared Browning, and Austin Burge. Jacob Shaw, 6'1", 183 senior, averaging 8.7 points a game. Gavin Withrow, 5'8", 148 junior, 6.7 a game. Will Bandy, 6'6", 212 senior, 12 points a game. Aiden Niken, 6'5", 204 sophomore, 14.8 points a game. And Tyler Bush is starter for the Barren County Trojans tonight, and he is a 6 foot, 183-pound senior, averaging 4.5 points and 4 rebounds a game. Chad Withrow joins me courtside tonight. Chad does a little bit of everything. He does color commentary on radio after he coaches the girls team.
Yeah, jack of all trades and master of none. I think
that's what I tell people about myself too. So,
but have a good time doing it. So enjoy being here on the radio with you. Watching this, hopefully get another win. Take 2 from Franklin tonight, get back home.
Kelly McKay on the board tonight on the girls' game. Axe from the point on the boys' game tonight. Appreciate their help tonight as well. And we've got Michelle Murphy keeping some stats for us tonight, too. So glad you could tune in here on 103.7 Nash Icon and also online at the new 104thescore.com. We're also on YouTube tonight on BCHS Live here at Franklin Simpson. Barren County in gold uniforms. Burgundy numbers outlined in white, and the Franklin Simpson Wildcats down to our right. They'll be in their home white with blue trim numbers outlined in blue and red. First quarter brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. We'll get set for the Farmers RACC Jackie Brownlee Memorial Opening Tip-Off. And the officials for tonight's game. The same 3 we had in the girls' game. Scott Daniels, Tommy Young, and Chris Sweeney. And the official sponsor, Scotty's Contracting in Stone, committed to providing all customers the same level of highest quality, no matter the size of the project. Well, we'll only get tomorrow night off, Chad, and are back on the road again.
It's going to be a busy week. 3 out of the 4 on the road, and none of them are short trips either. Hart County being the closest, and that's, 30 minutes away. So
that's right.
I tell you one thing, coaching and playing, you'd rather be playing than practicing, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So the kids I'm sure they're happy.
Right.
Tonight's a little, I won't call it a trap game, but, after a big district win last night, we'll see how the focus and energy is here early in the game. I think we'll be okay, but we need to come out ready to play and with a lot of energy to get going in this one.
Trojans and Trojanettes Monday night at Hart County. We'll be on the road Tuesday night at Logan County. Glasgow next Friday night at home. Very important district game. Next Saturday we go to Todd County Central. We're going to go from one end of the region to the other this year.
I called it the West Coast swing this year. We got them all at home last year and got them all on the road this year.
Yeah. Aiden Niken. We got a new player in the lineup for for Franklin Simpson. They get the tap, by the way. That is Logan Couture, a 6'8 senior. Here's a shot flipped up, no good. Rebound to Bandy. Trojans moving to the right side here as we see it from the broadcast table. And Jacob Shaw with a basketball. Gives it off to Withrow. Turns back right. Gives to Niken. Top of the circle. Niken over to Bush. Now Bush comes out. He'll give it to Shaw. Franklin Simpson man-to-man defense to start things out here. Now here's Niken working inside the paint. Going between 2 players. Can't get the shot to go. The rebound taken off by Miller. They're not very big except for LaCouture. He's at 6'8". Here's a shot over the rim. Taken by Niken. Trojans want to run with it. Niken taking it down the lane. He'll put it up. Missed the shot. And the rebound batted around. And Franklin Simpson comes over with it. There's a baseball pass threading the needle. And a shot put up. No good. Offensive rebound. Back up blocked. Taken by Tyler Bush. Here come the Trojans again down the court. Bush goes to the basket, flips it up, no good off the window. Rebound by LaCouture.
4 shots, and all of them's been right at the rim, and none of them's even really been close to going in.
Up and down the floor.
Yes, sir.
As Franklin Simpson mentioned, not very big, but they're very athletic. Pardinger with the basketball, gives it over to Chapman. Here's a 3 ball that is good by Stutzman. That's his 36th three-point shot of the year for Franklin Simpson. And they take the early lead 3-0. Withrow in the backcourt against the pressure from Franklin Simpson. He's in a trap, needs some help, gives it off to Shaw. They're going to have to get it across the line. They finally lob it up to Bandy into the front court. Bandy kicks it over now to Niken. Baseline jumper, no good. And ball batted to Franklin Simpson. And here comes Stutzman. Trying to cross over, stolen away by Withrow. Withrow picked his pocket. He gives in the front court on the right side. Now Withrow. Still on the dribble, getting some pressure out there. Drives between 2 players, throws up the floater. It's in there. Gavin Withrow puts the Trojans on the scoreboard. It's 3-2, just under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Stutzman will walk it across the midcourt stripe for Franklin Simpson. Barren County man-to-man defense. They give it over to Miller. Miller spin move in the lane against Shaw. Puts it up short. Gets his own rebound. Back up. Too strong. Whistle and a foul. And it'll be on
Tyler Bush.
That'll be his first. Barren County's first. And putting Miller at the line. First free throw is good for Dre Miller. Shoots 71.7% on this season. It's 4-2, Franklin Simpson. And the second shot rims out. Rebound to Withrow. Now pressure in the backcourt by Franklin Simpson. Comes in the middle to Bandy. Bandy now turns and fires it off to Niken. Niken drives in, puts it up. It is no good. Missed the layup. Ball tipped out long. And here comes Franklin Simpson, but they stepped on the sideline.
Well, we've missed about 3 right at the rim. We need to, finish those.
So Barren will get the ball back out of the side across the way, about 3/4 down. Comes out to Niken. He'll hand it back to Shaw. And leaves it out there with Withrow. Right wing three. Bottom. The People's Bank three. Gavin hit 3 last night against Allen County Scottsville. 5-4. Ball skips off in the corner. Lacouture will give it out now around the perimeter. They give it around to Partinger. Partinger trying to make a move on Niken. He cuts him off. Back out it comes to Chapman. Chapman, top of the key, trying to get a screen there. Try to force it in there and turnover. Here comes Niken behind the back dribble. Niken down the lane trying to work it. He lost the handle, but it's going to be stripped away from his hands by Chapman and out of bounds.
He just needs to quit. I know he's off night last night. He wants to force it a little bit, but he'll get his if you just be patient. It's hard for a youngster, but just be a little patient.
Niken been averaging 15 points a game, only had 5 last night. Withrow dumps it down there to Bandy. Turnaround jump shot, right side, no good. Niken lost the handle, but got it back on the rebound. He needs some help, gives it in the lane there to Tyler Bush. Bounce pass, baseline, Bandy, no, an air ball.
Good pass, both, Aiden to Tyler and Tyler to Will, but just...
And Franklin Simpson fires a 3 over Bandy that is no good. Rebound Lacouture goes up against Shaw. Whistle and a foul. And that's the first foul on Jacob Shaw, the 2 on the Trojans here in the first half. And so Franklin Simpson will have the ball out of bounds. 4:14 to go here in the first quarter. Barren County with a 5-4 lead. And Chapman will toss it in the left baseline. Gets it in Lacouture. Puts it up and no good off the window. Rebound to Tyler Bush. On the run for the Trojans. He's going to take it all the way to the rack. He'll lay it up and in and one.
Nobody, the defender just stayed over it with Niken, and no, he never picked Tyler up. And good move there, just taking it all the way.
I believe he thought Tyler Bush was going to pass it off to Niken.
He did.
That's why he backed off of him. So Tyler Bush at the line. It's in there. 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Good energy starting off. Like I said, a little worried, but so far, no problems whatsoever.
Barren County 8, Franklin Simpson 4. Half the quarter gone here in the first. Gavin Withrow guards Stutzman. They give it out now to Chapman. Chapman, left side over to Miller. Miller back out now to Partinger. He'll go right side with it to Stutzman. Stutzman out on the high post. Lacouture hands it back off now to Chapman. He'll give it now to Stutzman. Stutzman back out front now. Partinger, left side. Here's a 3-ball in the air. That is no good. And going for the rebound, Tyler Bush. And the ball goes out of bounds. It looks like Bush touched it last. Not sure about that one, but
I was kind of blocked. It looked like their guy was.
I thought Chapman touched it last. But a couple of substitutions for the Wildcats. Coming in is Dawson Knight, who was originally supposed to start, and number 20, that is Jalen Briscoe, a 5'9" sophomore. Franklin Simpson basketball as they send it out to Briscoe, or rather to Knight. And now working with it on the right side is Miller. And then working around the perimeter, back to the right wing. They go down to the corner to Miller. Back out now to Stutzman. Stutzman trying to work against Withrow. And a bad shot there. He's falling away on the baseline. Knocking with the rebound up to Bandy. Fires it off to Shaw. Shaw throws it across to Withrow. 3-ball in the air. No good. Crashing the board. Tyler Bush trying to go back up. Shot won't go. Oh, they're calling for traveling. Well, I don't know about that one either. Cody Lane and Ryan Shirley check into the Trojan lineup now. They'll come in for Will Bandy and Jacob Shaw. Give them a breather. 3:04 to go, first quarter. Barren County with an 8-4 lead.
That's almost got to be a foul. I mean,
you would think.
A lot of contact in there.
Right.
But
Franklin Simpson with the basketball. They get it out to Miller. They swing it around to the left side now to Knight. Knight, long range left. Back out to Briscoe. And now Briscoe will send it back to the basketball. Left side to Chapman. They go down low in there to Miller. He'll put it up and in. Tough shot in there by Miller for his first two. 8-6. Niken with the basketball in the backcourt. Picks it up, gives it to Withrow. Withrow stops and throws up the one-hand floater in there. Hit the back of the iron and fell in. Gavin Withrow, 7 of Barren County's 10 here in the early going with 2:18 to play. Stutzman, right side to Briscoe, back to Stutzman, gives it out to Miller. Left side it comes to Knight. Give it back out to Briscoe. And now with it on the left side is Chapman. They work it in the paint, and that ball's gonna skip off the hand of I believe Miller, and it'll be Barren County's basketball. Tate Pointer checks into the Trojan lineup. He'll come in for Tyler Bush. So right now, Niken and Withrow are the only two starters in the court for Barren County. Facing some pressure in the backcourt, but here comes Niken. Behind the back dribble, through traffic, weaving through there. Ooh, and he'll put it up off balance, no good. Kind of bounced off the defender, and here comes Franklin Simpson back the other way. Miller off to Briscoe on the left side. Briscoe now dumps it off down low in there to Knight. Knight cut off, handing up, going up the baseline. Miller back out in the corner. Here's a three ball, no good, but an offensive rebound, and they tried to throw it off Withrow, but he was there to grab the ball. Gavin Withrow takes it to the basket, whistle, ooh, an offensive foul. His first, team's third. And Jacob Shaw returning to the Trojan lineup, coming in for Aiden Niken. Mason Griggs will check in to the Trojan lineup for Gavin Withrow with 1:27 to play here in the first quarter. Barren County 10 and Franklin Simpson 6.
I've been in one where Gavin should have one dribble too many, just pulled up and shot the 10-footer, but got in a little too deep on that one.
Franklin Simpson with the basketball working. Right side, Briscoe out to Knight. Knight, and both players fell down, both the defender Pointer and Knight. But Franklin Simpson keeps the ball alive. As they work it, Stutzman sends it back off to Knight, trying to work against Pointer. And now he falls down, but got rid of the basketball. He's down on his knees when they passed it off, and driving layup, good, and a foul. Stutzman gets the bucket, and the foul will be charged to Mason Griggs. His first, team's fourth. A 10-8 ball game with 55 seconds to play here in the first quarter. And the shot is no good. Rebound to Cody Lane for the Trojans. Cody Lane gets some pressure. Ball's going to be kicked as he tried to bounce it off. Out of bounds.
Both teams really get after you defensively.
And now, I believe that's Chapman back in the lineup now for Coach D. Spencer. 49.6 to play. Barren County's basketball leading 10-8 here in Franklin, Kentucky tonight. Shaw with the basketball. Shaw, left side, hands it off to Cody Lane on the left wing. He'll bring it out, gives to Pointer. Back out to Shaw with 35 seconds to go in the first. Pointer, long range right, puts down the dribble, gives it off to Cody Lane. Now over to Shaw on the left wing. Out top, Ryan Shirley swings it right over to Lane. Now Lane back out to Shaw, left side Shirley. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Out to Pointer. Pointer, back right side, it goes to Shaw. Shaw sends it back over to Mason Griggs. He drives it into the lane, flips up the shot, and it goes in. And Franklin wanted to charge there, but
I thought it was a block.
I thought it was too. Here's a long three, rattling out at the horn by Chapman. That went halfway down and rattled out. After one, here in Franklin, it's Barren County 12, Franklin Simpson 8. We'll come back with the second quarter action after this break, as you're listening to Barren County High School basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back courtside at Franklin Simpson High School, Jay Turner with Chad Withrow. Axe from the point of the studios of Nash Icon. Handling controls for us tonight. Got a final score in on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. LaRue County boys beat Greenwood tonight, 76-57.
Wow. LaRue's pretty good.
I know they're pretty good. I didn't think it'd be that lopsided.
No.
Barren County's basketball as we start the second period, presented by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Jacob Shaw. Got Tate Pointer, Cody Lane, Ryan Shirley, Mason Griggs. So Shaw, the only starter on the floor right now for Barren. Here's Shaw penetrating. Left side underneath. Cody Lane bounces across over to Shirley. Can't shoot. Back out to Shaw. Three in the air, short off the left side of the rim. And Cody Lane tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds. So Franklin Simpson's basketball. Just underway here in the second quarter. Chapman driving against Shirley. Goes to the basket, puts it in, and draws a foul. That'll make it 12-10. And Shirley commits his first, team's fifth. Aiden Eichen and Will Bandy, Tyler Bush, all returning to the Trojan lineup. And in for Franklin Simpson is Logan Lacouture. And Chapman at the line, a chance to make a three-point play the old-fashioned way, and he does.
5 fouls to 1 so far.
And Franklin only with 1 foul.
And they're getting after us pretty good.
And Tyler Bush with the basketball out between the circles. Takes it left side, gives it to Cody Lane. Lane out of the wing, looking, back out to Bush. Right side it goes to Shaw. Shaw dumps it in there to Bandy, right of the lane. Now baseline jumper, good for Will Bandy. That's his first 2. Maybe he'll get on track.
Good move there. Big boy shot it right over him. Tough shot.
And it's 14-11. And Chapman works against Shaw out top. Drives, spins, goes inside, puts it up, missed the shot. Is on rebound, back up, the foul. And Bandy commits his first. That's number 6 on the Trojans. Free throw good for Chapman. Gavin Withrow back in the lineup. 14-12. Chapman puts it up, and it is coming off the rim. Shaw with a rebound. Up court goes to Niken. Aiden still hasn't scored yet.
Half-court trap deal here.
Cross-court pass, and it's Withrow. Had it stripped away on the run-out. Driving, layup is good for Barninger. And now we got a tied game at 14. Left corner, Bandy. Out to Niken. Niken, left elbow, his jumper, good.
Good see him make that.
Hopefully he'll get on track.
Yeah.
And it's 16-14, Barren County with a 2-point lead. Knight with the basketball, hands it off out there to Chapman. Chapman, threw it away. But he saved it. Nope, he was on the inline, sideline here.
Frustrating part, I'm sure, as a coach and a player. 6 fouls to 1, and we attack the basket. Maybe or maybe not a foul, but we don't, we don't get the benefit of that call where they have tonight. And I'm not saying it's biased or whatever, but 6 to 1, and we attack too. So.
Aiden Niken, spin move in the lane, kicks it out to Shaw. He'll fire it up for 3. No, it's off high. And coming down with a rebound is Miller for Franklin Simpson. Miller angles off right, leaves it off the right wing. 3 in the air, good for Stutzman. He's got 2 of them tonight, now 37 on the season. And Franklin Simpson regains the lead 17-16. Bounce pass right side, Bush. Baseline, Bandy turns and fires and hits. 18-17. Trojans back on top. Left corner, working with it. Now they lose the handle on it, but got it back to him. Shot goes up, had to adjust his shot with Bandy on him, missed it. Bandy with the rebound off to Withrow. Withrow sends it off. Here's Niken trying to go up, lost it, saved it in bounds. Bush puts it in.
Get an easy basket there.
Barren County 20, Franklin Simpson 17. 4:46 to play in the first half. Lacouture, the 6'8 senior, out there on the court. They got 4 seniors in their lineup right now for Franklin. And curling around Miller, spin back, and he'll put it up over Shaw. Missed the shot, ball hits the floor. Withrow on the run. Withrow takes it to the basket. He'll put it up and in, let the defense run by. D. Spencer wants a timeout for his Wildcats. Barren County has jumped out to a 22-17 lead with 4:25 to play in the first half. We take the People's Bank timeout. The People's Bank in Glasgow, your local community bank, working for you. If you missed the girls' game tonight, the Trojanettes winning big, 77-40 over Franklin Simpson to go to 16-4 on the year. Don't forget, Monday night will be at Hart County. The girls' game will start at 5:30 instead of 6 o'clock.
Yeah, they usually start theirs early, don't they?
Well, they play so many teams out of the Eastern time zone. They split it up. Get home a little earlier.
Yes, sir.
So we'll be on the air at 5:10 Monday night from Munfordville. Then Tuesday night we'll travel to Logan County. Girl-boy doubleheader.
Both of those got a pretty good team, both boy and girl Logans.
They do. Logan County beat Franklin Simpson last night by 14. Franklin Simpson's got a new player in the ball game, number 15, Isaac Marshall. Here's a pass down inside to Marshall, blocked by Bush and out of bounds.
Good help there by Tyler. They kind of doubled the ball, and he got it down there to him, but Tyler was there on the spot, and nice block.
And it'll be Knight to toss it in, left baseline for the Wildcats. He'll lob it into Miller. He'll put it up, foul. And it is on Tyler Bush.
I think that's Will.
Or was it on Will Bandy?
2 fouled him.
Well, they put 20, 25 up there. 20, okay. Yeah, that'll be 2 on Will Bandy. He'll probably have to come out here. 17 foul. Shot hangs up there on the rim and falls in for Miller. Corbin Murphy checks into the Trojan lineup, 6'2", 238 junior for Will Bandy. 22-18, Trojans by 4. 4:03 to play here in the first half. Second shot goes up and it rims and hangs and goes in too. About the same way the first one did.
Hung up on the rim.
Yeah. 22-19. Here's a lob up to Bush. He'll send it out to Shaw. Now Shaw goes right side corner to Withrow, lobs it back out to Shaw. Shaw penetrates, goes left side to Bush. He gets trapped now to Niken. Now Niken hooks it back over to Bush. Bush in the corner. Shaw fires. Got it for 3.
Good ball movement. Good ball movement.
25-19. And almost a walk there by Partinger. Here's a 3 but Knight. No good. Niken with a rebound. Long pass down the floor to Withrow. Pump fake, throws it up over the rim. He got fouled, no whistle. I tell you, it's 7-1 on the fouls, and he do something about that. That's a walk, no call. And here's Niken racing out there with it. Lead pass up to Withrow. Withrow goes under, lays it in. And it's 27-19. Warren Cunningham really upset with the officials right now about the foul situation.
Well, he just told them 7-1. You can't, like we tell our girls, you cannot let that get in your head. We're not, but we got to keep playing, keep pushing it. They don't do a good job of getting back, and that's 2 runouts there. So 8-point lead, 3 minutes to go.
People's Bank of Glasgow timeout. People's Bank in Glasgow, your local community bank, working for you. Mind your broadcast brought to you in part by Edward Jones financial advisor Jamie Harris. Let Jamie Harris of Edward Jones assist you today with your financial planning. And it's Franklin Simpson's basketball with 3:09 to go here in the second quarter. As the ball comes into play to Stutzman. Stutzman will walk it across the midcourt line. And now Barren County sets back in a 2-3 zone on defense. Left side it comes to Marshall. He'll lob it back out to Stutzman. Right side to Knight. Knight out of the right wing. Back out front, it comes to Stutzman. Here's a long three by Knight. It rims out. Bush got pushed to the floor. No call. Niken driving. Throws it up. Got it. Going to count it and a foul. Finally going to get one.
Yeah.
And a foul will be on Knight, his first, team second. So give Niken the bucket. And I'm not sure if they put it on the scoreboard yet.
Yet.
His first, team second.
Now
okay, they've got it up there now. 29-19. Niken's free throw good. No three-pointer the old way. 30-19. That stretches the lead out to 11, the largest of the night for the Trojans. 2:30 to go in the first half. Stutzman with the basketball for Franklin Simpson. Right side of Knight. Back to Stutzman. Left side it comes to Partinger. They go inside there. Working with it is Chapman. He walked.
Good job that Corbin walled up. And you're not going to move him, and he hit him and got the walk there.
So Barren County's basketball with 2:16 to play in the second quarter. Miller back in the lineup for Coach D. Spencer. And Jacob Shaw will bring it up now for Barren County. They'll try to trap him midcourt. Gets rid of the basketball to Cody Lane. Across it goes to Bush. He'll throw it back across to Shaw in the corner to Lane. Back out to Shaw. Trying to work it in. Gives it back to Lane. In left corner. Back out to Shaw. And now Shaw will float it over to Bush on the right side. Bush, bounce pass back to Shaw. Shaw trying to penetrate. Throws it back to Bush. Back in the corner. Shaw, baseline. His jumper. Good.
Good move.
Kind of faked when he went out of the corner there. Went up the baseline and knocked it in. 32-19. Stutzman, left side Knight. In the corner goes to Chapman, and he traveled.
Good defense pressure there, speeding them up just enough to make them turn it over the last two times.
Barren County's outscored Franklin Simpson here in the second quarter, 20-11. Minute and a half to play before intermission. Niken, top of the key, over to Shaw. 25-footer bounces off the rim, and it gets fouled. And it'll be on Marshall. His first, team's third. And three shots coming to Barren County's Jacob Shaw. And he's been shooting pretty good from the free throw line.
He has.
9 of 9 last night, 79.5% on the season. First of 3, good.
Jacob Shaw, free throw line, shooting
33-19 Trojans. Second one for Shaw. Goes down. All 7 points here in the second quarter for Jacob Shaw. He's got one more to go. 34-19. Shaw for the third of 3. On the way. Got it. 8 points for Jacob Shaw. Now the lead is 16 for the Trojans at 35-19. Minute 18 to go here in the second quarter. With the basketball is Chapman for Franklin Simpson. Left side to Stutzman. Back to Chapman. Right side it goes to Briscoe, who's back in the ball game now. Back out to Miller. And Miller goes left side with it over to Knight. And the pass tipped away by Lane in the hands of Murphy. Here's Bush giving it up to Niken. Niken shovel pass underneath to Cody Lane, and he lays it in.
Good finish by Cody. Good job, both all around.
With the Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jamie Harris assist to Niken. 37-19. 41 seconds to go.
Really wasn't expecting this.
Nope.
It's good to see, though.
Barren was actually favored by 7 points on paper. 32 seconds to play, but an 18-point lead as we head toward halftime here with 27 seconds to go. Knight back out now to Stutzman. Left side it comes to Briscoe. Back to Stutzman, back to Briscoe. 18 seconds to go. Right side over to Miller. Back out with 10 seconds to play. It's Stutzman down to 8. Now Miller back to Stutzman. Long range 3. No good. Rebound to Niken. 2 seconds. Desperation shot. Will go out of bounds.
Good half. Great half.
And a great second quarter for Barren County as the Trojans score 25 Franklin Simpson scores 11 in the second period of play. And it's an 18-point advantage for the Trojans here at the break as they lead 37-19 over Franklin Simpson. We'll have the halftime report coming up in just a moment. Reminding you our second quarter of action brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. And remember, always, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then buy that vehicle to Glasgow. He'll actually bring the vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. This is Barren County High Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back here at halftime in Franklin, Kentucky, along with Chad Withrow, this is Jay Turner. The Trojans 37, Franklin Simpson 19. Barren County led 12-8 at the end of the first quarter. They outscored the Wildcats 25-11 in the second period of play. Our halftime report is brought to you by Colton Steakhouse and Grill. Colton's thanks you for your business. Colton Steakhouse and Grill, we know what's at stake. For the Wildcats in the first half, they hit 6 field goals. 2 of those were three-pointers. They were 5 of 8 from the charity stripe. And Kawan Stutzman leading the way for Coach Steve Spencer. 8 points in the first half, couple of threes and a 2. 0 for 1 from the foul line. Dre Miller with a basket and 3 of 4 free throws for 5 points in the first half. DeMarco Chapman with 4 points all in the second quarter on a field goal and 2 free throws. Actually, it was 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. And Tedrick Partinger with 2 points in the first half on a field goal. Dawson Knight, Logan Lacouture, Isaac Marshall, and Jalen Briscoe saw action but failed to score in the first half. For the Trojans, a total of 15 field goals. 2 of those were 3-point shots. And perfect from the line, 5 out of 5 in the first half. Trojans last night were 19 of 21 from the foul line against Allen County, Scottsville. Scoring in the first half for Coach Warren Cunningham's ball club, Gavin Withrow with 11 points, 5 baskets, one of those a 3-point shot. 8 points for Jacob Shaw, all in the second quarter. Had a 3-pointer, a 2-point basket, and 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. Aiden Nyken scored all 5 of his points in the second quarter, a couple of field goals and a free throw. Also 5 points for Tyler Bush, a couple of field goals and a free throw. 2 field goals for Will Bandy in the second quarter for his 4 points. Mason Griggs scored 2. Cody Lane had 2 points in the first half of play. Corbin Murphy, Tay Pointer, and Ryan Shirley saw some minutes but did not score in the first half. The foul situation, the Trojans with 7 and the Wildcats with 3. Will Bandy picked up 2 there quickly and set out the rest of the second quarter. 1 each on Jacob Shaw, Gavin Withrow, Tyler Bush, Mason Griggs, and Ryan Shirley. And it was one foul each on Dawson Knight, Isaac Marshall, and Tedrick Partinger. So that's the story here at halftime. Brought to you by Colton Steakhouse and Grill. We'll return as we get set for second half action in a moment as the Trojans lead 37-19 over Franklin Simpson. And you're following the Trojans, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back here at Franklin Simpson High School of Franklin, Kentucky. And we're going to take a look at a Coca-Cola scoreboard update. Open a Coke and enjoy the game. And we got a score on the Greenwood-LaRue County game. We mentioned that to you a little bit ago, in which LaRue County, the winner tonight, over Greenwood, 76-57. And that was a boys score. Some other games going on around the region tonight. So take a look at the area schedule, brought to you by NHC Healthcare Glasgow. Carrying it a better way, day by day. Doubleheader tonight at Hart County, Washington County girls and boys. Russellville girls at Kentucky Country Day in Louisville. Doubleheader down at Warren East tonight between Cumberland County and Warren East. Caverna boys at Butler County and Russell County boys at Pulaski County tonight. We gave you the scores from the All-A State Tournament today. Girls action semifinals. Bardstown Bethlehem beat Danville 53-36. Danville beat Glasgow yesterday morning in the quarterfinals 59-51. Owensboro Catholic loses to Walton Verona 60-41 in the other semifinal game. So the championship game tomorrow, the All-A State Tournament up in Richmond, will be between Bardstown Bethlehem and Walton Verona. Boys action going on tonight in the All-A Classic, and Frankfort took on Murray tonight in the first semifinal game. Hazard taking on St. Henry in the other semifinal game of the Boys State All-A Tournament. Murray defeated Metcalfe County last night in the quarterfinals 67-55. Championship, of course, tomorrow afternoon at EKU. Well, we've got about a minute before we start the second half. Remind you, you're listening to our broadcast coverage on 103.7 Nash Icon, WHHT-FM, Cave City, Glasgow. And we're online at the new 104thescore.com. We're also on BCHS Live tonight on YouTube. And another score update on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Louisville Butler leading Elizabethtown 40-27. And I would assume that's a girl score. Second quarter, Louisville Butler over E-Town 40-27. E-Town, I believe, was ranked number 2 in the state in the girls' side this past week. So there you go.
Yep. Metcalf had a good run in the All-A. Got beat last night. Good for them to get some exposure like that.
It's going to be Franklin Simpson's basketball to start the third quarter. And our third quarter of action here courtside brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Jay Turner with Chad Withrow, Axon the Point in the studio of Nash Icon on controls for us tonight. And the Trojans going back with the original starting five. Withrow, Bush, Niken, Bandy, and Shaw. And so does Franklin Simpson. They work with it, and they move in for the leaning shot that's good from Chapman. And now breaking the pressure, Shaw lobs it up to Niken. Niken drives in, goes against, they're going to call an offensive foul on Niken. Locouture, they say, I don't know about that one. I don't know.
One had a block, one had a charge.
Yeah, so what do you do? Which one overrules who?
Not sure.
All three officials now coming in. And let's see what they're going to call. Going to call a block. Well, they only called three, I guess, in the first half. Barren had 7. A little lopsided, so maybe they'll try to even it up total here. So Locouture with the blocking foul.
Weak basket counts.
So the basket went in.
Right, foul on both of them.
So they're going to make it a double foul?
Yes.
Okay. So now it's 39-21. And that's Niken's first personal foul. I don't think either side likes it too well.
I think we're happy we got the 2 points out of it.
We did get 2 points out of it. That's a plus.
Yep. Coach Cunningham seems pretty content. We'll take the 2 points.
I've never seen that happen before, though, a double foul when one official called a block and the other one called a charge.
And the basket goes.
And the basket counts. And so, anyway.
I don't think I have either.
Anyway, the Trojans have the 18-point lead, 39-21. And they haven't started the clock yet. Now they do.
Kentucky and Texas Tech are in overtime.
Wow. Just wondering how that game was going to come out. Here's Chapman driving in, throws it up short, taking it there by Bandy, gives it to Shaw. Shaw down the right side, cuts to the middle, bounces it off to Withrow, the left wing, feeds it down to Bush, down low, pushed in there, got this big 6'8" guy, and he throws it back out to Shaw for 3. Yes, sir!
Good pass. Tyler was patient in there, made a very good pass out. Good offense there.
Now the Trojans have doubled it up on Franklin Simpson. It's 42-21. Chapman spin move, goes up with a shot off the window and in.
Looks like they're playing this half is let him post up and just kind of.
Bandy throws it behind in the corner to Withrow. Now Withrow out to Shaw. Bounces down in there to Bush. Throws it out to Niken. Free throw line jumper. Got it.
Making shots is contagious. I know that sounds silly, but when you see your teammates making them, we've really shot the ball well tonight.
Aiden Niken with his 7th point. It's 44-23. 6:30 to play here in the third quarter. Franklin Simpson with the basketball. Miller driving in, throws it up from 6. It rims out. Bandy with another rebound. Outlet pass comes to Bush. Ahead up to Niken. Niken drives. A dead gum.
He should be thrown out of the game.
He should have been thrown out of the game for that. I mean, he absolutely threw Niken against the padding underneath the basket, and Warren Cunningham quickly off the bench.
That's dirty. He should be gone.
I'm not sure what they're going to do here, but boy, it dazed Niken.
Yes, sir. That's dangerous. Very dangerous. If the coach don't take him out, he's not worth much either, in my opinion. He did eject him. Yeah. Right call. That was the right call.
Oh, he shoved Niken at least 10 feet, and he went all the way into the padding underneath the basket. Trying to understand what the official is saying. Coach Warren Cunningham.
Called a technical on Will.
State Conference with Will Boston.
Technical foul on Will Bandy. Cody Lane coming in for Will Bandy. Not sure what was said to the official or just kind of made a gesture.
I don't think he was talking to the official. I think he was talking to his teammates, and the referee had said not to say anything. So,
well,
I don't know.
Aiden Niken at the line. Free throw goes up. It's good. So Partinger has been ejected from the game for Franklin Simpson for the intentional foul and pushing Niken all the way into the padding underneath the basket. Second shot's good for Niken. And now we'll have technical free throw shot for Franklin Simpson after the technical foul on Will Bandy. It's 46-23 right now. Barren County with 6:20 to play in the third quarter.
I'll be honest with you, that was about as dirty play as I've seen in high school basketball there. It could have seriously hurt him.
Miller misses the first technical free throw toss, and he missed the second one. He's still on the bench. I thought when you're ejected from the game, you're supposed to go to the locker room.
He should. Should be our ball, shouldn't it?
Now the officials getting together again here at midcourt. Still discussing, I don't know what's... And now Scott Daniels coming over to the Franklin Simpson bench to talk to Dee Spencer, the coach. I mean, if he's still on the bench, he needs to be out. And now he is. They're taking him to the locker room. But now, I don't know who's standing down there, but they say, no, he's supposed to be on the bench. No, if he's ejected, he's supposed to be out of the game. He's supposed to be off the bench.
He's going now.
I mean, I thought that was a rule anyway.
It is in football, I know. I don't understand how we don't get the ball, because intentional foul, you get the ball. But I don't know. I'm not sure.
And there's still some discussion going on down on the Franklin Simpson bench. Wildcats have the basketball as we get back to play here. And they work it in the lane. The shot goes up good for Miller. 46-25 with throw. Right side over to Cody Lane. And there's going to be a foul from behind. Miller.
You want to make a bet on how many fouls are called the rest of this game?
I said there'll be a lot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There'll be a whole lot more than the first half.
Yes.
Shaw will toss it in right side of the bucket for Barren County. Gets it into Niken. Left corner. Lets it go. Got it.
Good. That's the way to respond to something like that, is just go play, and score on them.
Right.
I know it's hard, but
48-25. Here's a leaning shot up. It's going to come off. We've got a foul called on Tyler Bush. And that'll be his second and the team's second. Actually, the third team foul on the Trojans in the second half. Free throw by Chapman is on the way, and it's good. 48-26.
We've got to, keep our composure and expand on the lead here, because they're going to, I'm sure the first minute or two here, they're really going to be aggressive.
And the second shot is missed. Crashing aboard is Cody Lane. Here's Shaw. Bounce pass up to Aiden Niken. Pulls up, free throw line shot. Rims, good.
Good.
And Warren Cunningham's going to call a timeout, a 30-second timeout. 50-26. Barren County on top with 5:38 to play here in the third period. And Warren just wanting to talk to his team a little bit about keeping their composure. Take a People's Bank timeout. The People's Bank in Glasgow, your local community bank, working for you.
The ball didn't go in, we went to the session. What? Well, we could have had a call technical. So that game didn't.
Okay, we got the
Technical give the ball to them on that a minute ago.
explanation from Chris Sweeney there.
Don't. I guess it's the rule, but it doesn't seem very fair.
Barren County 2-3 zone. Franklin Simpson. Knight gives it to Miller. Right side over to Chapman. Back out it comes to DeMarcus Hogan, who's in the ball game now. He's a 5'11 freshman. Here's a baseline shot. Good for Chapman. He has scored 7 of their 9 here in the third quarter. We've not even played 3 minutes. 50-28. Long pass down to Bush. Bush pulls up, goes in the lane, and a lot of traffic and a whistle. Foul on the Wildcats. And it is on Knight, his second, team's third. And Shaw will lob it into Niken. He'll put it up, had it blocked, got it back though. Now behind the back dribble, drives in. He'll kick it over to Withrow. He'll put up a long 2. It's no good. Rebound Bush. Keeps it alive for Barren County. Out it comes to Niken. Fires it down to Cody Lane. Shovels it into Withrow. Misses the shot. Rebound taken by Stutman. And Cody Lane saves it in bounds at midcourt. And then we throw it away. Caleb Hester checking into the Trojan lineup with 4:44 to play here in the third quarter. Barren County with a 50-28 lead. Largest has been 26. There's a lob over to Chapman. Chapman in the corner, going baseline. They lose it, and Cody Lane picks it up, gives it to Tyler Bush. Sends it over to Shaw. Shaw cuts left, gives it to Cody Lane. Back to Shaw. Shaw deep on the left side, brings it back out front. Guarded out there by Knight. They switch up their defense. Bounce pass comes to Niken. And Niken gets a screen from Cody Lane. Free throw line, lost it, got it back though. Throws it over the right side to Shaw. Shaw hooks it back to Bush. Bush trying to make a move, can't, gives it back to Shaw. Now Shaw drives in, he gets fouled. Foul is on Knight, his third, team's fourth. And 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Barren up by 22. Briscoe back in for the Wildcats. He'll replace Knight.
He picked up 3 fouls pretty quick.
Barren County's ball. Shaw gets it out to Niken. Niken trying to go up baseline. He can't. Gives it to Bush. Back left side it comes to Shaw. Shaw cut off. Throws it back over to Bush. Bush drives in. Feeds it underneath to Cody Lane. Missed the shot.
2 straight possessions.
Didn't use the backboard there.
2 straight possessions we've missed layups.
Out to Chapman. Straight away 3. Bottom. 10 points for Chapman in this quarter. 14 of the ball game. And now the lead is 19 at 50-31. Niken behind the back pass to Bush. He'll have to reverse it back out to Shaw. Shaw leaves it with Bush. Long range left. Now hands it back to Shaw with 3:20 to play here in the third quarter. Shaw getting some pressure out there. Drives it down the lane. Puts it up and in.
We needed that one.
13 for Jacob Shaw. 52-31 Trojans. 3:08 to play third quarter. Franklin Simpson the basketball. Stutzman goes right side. 3 ball in the air. No good. Rebound Tyler Bush. Bush down the court. Driving all the way to the rack. He'll lay it in.
Coast to coast. Good job by Tyler. Great job.
7 points for Tyler Bush, and it's 54-31. Barren County up at 23. Working with it out top. They give it to the right side corner. Go up the baseline. Hogan inside there. Shot won't go. Offensive rebound put back up and a foul. And Chapman will head to the free throw line for 2. And a foul on Caleb Hester. His first, team's fourth. At the line is DeMarco Chapman, 5'11 senior. Missed the first one. He is 3 of 6 from the charity stripe. Gavin Withrow back in for the Trojans. Jacob Shaw getting a little break here. So is Aiden Niken and Tyler Bush. Corbin Murphy back on the court is Ryan Shirley also in the ball game. So right now the Trojans only have one starter on the floor, that being Gavin Withrow. And a 23-point lead for the Trojans at 2:36 to play in the third period. Chapman puts up the second shot, and it's good.
I feel like somebody's turned the air on.
I believe so. It got hot in here for a little while. Luke Richardson, a 6'2 sophomore, checks in for the Wildcats. Also, 0, Ben Batten, 5'4 sophomore. Withrow gives it over to Cody Lane, gets a screen from Murphy. Bounce pass back in there to Murphy. Had to dig it out of there. They reach in to tie it up, and now we're going to get a foul call. And it's on number 10. That is Caden Lowe, who checked in the ball game, 5'9 junior. Withrow in the corner to the lane, right-hand side, curls into the lane, gives it off to Caleb Hester, drives in, gives it in there to Shirley. A lot of traffic there, traveling violation. .216 left here in the third period. Barren County up 54-32. Briscoe, and he'll take it right side. He walked, but no whistle there. They force it inside. Ball tipped away. Briscoe grabbed it, and then Hester goes to the floor trying to reach in for it, and foul call.
What?
Got a holding foul? Well, that's 2 on Hester, 5 on the Trojans here in the second half. Tay Pointer coming back in the Trojan lineup, and he'll come in for Cody Lane. And also, trying to see if somebody else may have come in. Pass tipped away by Withrow. Hester tried to go for it, and it's going to bounce off the chest of Lowe and out of bounds. Barren County's basketball in the minute 58. So now we've got Murphy, Pointer, Bush, Withrow, and Hester on the court for the Trojans. A little different lineup. Withrow trying to get away from his defender. Takes it down the middle. Bounce pass down to Bush. Left of the lane. Turns. Goes and try to dump it off. Murphy's got it. Throws it back to Hester. Gives to Withrow. Withrow trying to make a move on his defender. And that is smacked out of his hands, but Hester then to grab it. Baseline one-hand shot. Good! A little floating one-hand shot by Caleb Hester.
Let's see him score.
56-32. And on the other end, here's a shot by Hogan. No good. Rebound to Murphy. He'll give it to Withrow. Down a minute 25 to play. Back tap from behind. And that was by Miller. Miller gets it back. He'll drive to the hoop and he'll lay it in. 56-34. Trojans a minute 15 to play in the third quarter. Withrow, guarded by Miller, gets it across the timeline. A little hesitation move down the right corner goes to Hester. Now Hester had it smacked out of his hands by Batten. They go for the loose ball. Batten gets rid of it off to Miller. He's going to have a wide open layup, and it's good. Now the lead down to 20. 56-36 with 52 seconds to play. Pointer looking at inbounds. Gets it into Hester. Hester turns up court against Batten. And a whistle in the backcourt. Foul on Batten. That's his first, team sixth. Yep, we've had more fouls called now than we did the whole first half.
Knew it was coming.
We're still in the third period. Mason Kriggs comes in for the Trojans. Jacob Shaw back in the court. Aiden Niken also returns.
Good minutes from Corbin rebound, good defense. Caleb with the basket. Good minutes there. Still got a 20-point lead. It seems like this quarter's taking forever.
Jacob Shaw with the basketball, guarded out there by Briscoe. Right side it goes to Niken. Niken gets a screen, giving it back to Griggs, and over it goes to Shaw. Gets a screen from Bush, dumps it back to Bush. Now gives it out to Niken. Down to 27 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Back out front it comes to Shaw. Trying to get the play set up here. May hold it for one. Down to 20 seconds to go. Shaw gives it to Niken. Niken now trying to split the trap. Dumps it down to Griggs. Wide open. Puts it in. Edward Jones financial advisor Jamie Harris assists for Aiden Niken. 58-36. Here's a shot going up. No good. Rebound on Niken. Clears it out of there, and that's the end of the third quarter. Barren County 58. Franklin Simpson 36. As the Trojans scored 21 in the third quarter, and Franklin Simpson scores 17. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this break as you're listening to Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back to action here in the fourth quarter as the Trojans lead 58-36. Jacob Shaw, backdoor pass comes to Porter, and he lays it up and in. Give the assist. The Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jamie Harris assist to Jacob Shaw. 60-36. And the shot goes in, but let's see if they're going to count it. I believe it's out on the floor. And it's on Tay Pointer. That'll be his first, team sixth. So both teams will be in the bonus on the next foul. And Coach D. Spencer brings back in Stutzman, also Knight, Chapman, Marshall. Here's a long three, but Chapman no good. Crashing the board is Mason Kriggs ahead up to Bush. Bush, no look pass in there tonight. Get back to Bush. It comes to Porter for a three. Yes, sir.
Good unselfish play there, but three different players.
63-36 Trojans. In the corner, here's a three by Marshall, and he knocks it down. That is their fourth three-pointer of the night. 63-39. Shaw gives it out to Bush. Bush driving. Throws it back behind him. Niken drives in. Splits the defenders. A whistle. Offensive foul on Niken. It'll be his second. Team seventh. Player control foul. 7:04 to go in the ball game. This fourth quarter brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. Chapman gets it out to Knight. Right side Marshall down to the corner. It goes to Stutzman. He brings it out to the wing. And back out top it comes to Hogan. Left side over to Chapman. Chapman back out to Stutzman. Penetrating. Kicks it back over. Left wing three, but Marshall is off high. Rebound pulled down by Griggs. He'll give it off to Bush. Bush bounce back. Oh, nice pass in between the defenders, and Pointer lays it in. Beautiful. 65-39. And spin move, but Chapman has it blocked in there by Niken out of bounds, and it's going to go to Barren. Briscoe back in for Franklin Simpson. Chapman's going to take a seat. 6:26 to play. Barren County up by 26 points, 65-39. And here's Jacob Shaw working with it out front. Shaw, left side, over to Bush. Bush on the move, over to Pointer. Sends it left side over to Niken. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. Looks good from here, but it's too strong. And the rebound comes off to Franklin Simpson's Briscoe. Briscoe on the moves, going up against Niken. They've got him with the body, but he sure didn't get him with the arm. And a foul on Niken, his third, team's eighth. At the line is Briscoe. His first shot hits the front of the iron. One more for Briscoe. Second shot of the way and rattled out. Jacob Shaw with a rebound for Barren. Comes up court, gets it across, hooks it back over to Niken. Niken trying to make a move to left elbow. Throws it down underneath the Griggs, bobbled it for a moment, puts it up, falling away, no good. And rebound tipped out tonight for Franklin Simpson at 5:43 to play. Right side is Hogan, hooks it back to Knight. Left side Marshall. Now Stutzman, 3 ball in the air, good. His first points since the second quarter. That's his third 3 of the night. He has 11. 65-42. Bush on the right side. Doesn't look for a shot. He'll float it over to Niken. Niken trying to make a move, spin move. Going up with a shot. His defender fell down, made a flop. And Niken gets the 2-point bucket.
Easiest 2 points of the night, wasn't it?
67-42. Barren County by 25 and 5:08 to play. Here's a floater in the lane, no good for Stutzman. Rebound a pointer for the Trojans. Shaw will bring it into the front court. Sends it down to Niken. Niken, one-on-one move, goes into the paint, and a reach-in foul. And it'll be charged to Briscoe. Number 7 of the Wildcats here in the second half. And so Trojans will shoot free throws for the rest of the game. 15 fouls called here in the second half.
Yep. What did they have, 2 on Franklin the first half?
And 3.
3.
Yeah. First shot good for Aiden Niken. Tonight he is 4 for 4 at the line. And he has scored 11 points here in the second half, 16 for the ball game. And the bonus try pops out. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Briscoe. Franklin Simpson back the other way. 4:48 to play. Right side long 3, no good for Hogan. Niken pulls down the rebound, racing down the floor, looking around, going and a no-look pass underneath to Griggs, and he lays it in.
We're just killing them in transition.
70-42, Barren County. 4:28 still to play. As Marshall handles the basketball out front for Franklin Simpson. Going to get a foul called on Pointer. They went inside there to new player in the game. That's Connor Vincent. And he'll head to the free throw line. That's the 9th team foul on Barren County. Connor Vincent, a 5'7" freshman. And so Tyler Bush, Aiden Niken head out as Caleb Hester is back in for the Trojans, and so is Ryan Shirley. Cody Lane also in there. Free throw, bounces high off the rim. Ryan Shirley with a rebound.
Jay, this may be as impressive as an outing as they've had all year long.
That's
coming
true.
After a tough one last night,
Yeah.
and this.
And a foul from behind as Ryan Shirley was going up. It's going to be on Marshall, his second, team's 8th. Ryan Shirley at the line for 2 shots. 4:10 to go. Barren County up by 28. Ryan Shirley. His shot goes up. It's no good. Been shooting 67.8% from the foul line, averaging 3.4 points a game. Shirley will get one more. And this shot goes up, and it rattles and stays.
Kentucky won in overtime by 2.
71-42 here in Franklin. Trojans up by 29 on the Wildcats of Franklin Simpson. 4 minutes to play, and ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats.
Got balanced scoring tonight. That really helps, and everybody's contributed in a positive way tonight, and it's been a very, very good effort.
Yeah. Logan Lacatour back in the game now for Franklin Simpson, the 6'8 senior. Working with it out front now is Hogan. So he goes right side with it to new player in the game, 23. That's Jeremiah Clayton. A lot of new faces in the court. Ball tipped away by Lane, out of bounds.
This zone has really kind of confused Franklin a little bit. They've not been able to drive, and it's been a good move going to the zone here.
Briscoe with the basketball. Right side, they go in the corner to Lacatour. Out to Hogan. Now to Vincent. Left side to Briscoe. Back to Lacatour. And now Clayton has the ball tipped away. Caleb Hester's got it for the Trojans. He'll deal it off to Griggs. He'll lay it up and in. Edward Jones advisor, Jamie Harris assists for Caleb Hester. 73-42. That is the largest lead of the night.
Very, very impressive.
3:08 to play. And they go down in the corner. That is Briscoe giving it back out now to Clayton. Here's a shot going up, no good off the front of the iron. And we'll get a foul on the rebound. The rebound was by Vincent. And the foul is on Ryan Shirley.
I think on Hester. Not sure who he's calling it on.
Well, I never did really get the signal, but we're going to get some new players
Shirley,
in.
They called it on Ryan Shirley.
Shirley, okay.
Yeah.
His second. That's 10 on the Trojans in the second half. Free throw is no good for Vincent. In the ball game for the Trojans, we get Lane Stevens, Colton Stevens, Corbin Murphy, Aiden Miller, and let's see, who else came in?
Did you get both Stevens?
Yes.
And a new, the kid, I don't know, he's a freshman, number 40. I'm not sure.
We'll have to get the name, see if we can get that from Mr. Weaver there.
Taylor Ogles.
Taylor Ogles?
Yep.
Okay. Taylor Ogles, freshman, number 40. 2:50 to play. Barren County up by 30 as Vincent hit that other free throw there. Corbin Murphy down low, spin move, throws it up off the window, no good. Rebound to Franklin Simpson with 2:37 to play. And it's low in the right corner. Give it to Locatour for three. It's no good. Rebound coming off to Aiden Miller, and he's fouled. It'll be on Batten. His second, team's ninth. So Aiden Miller, 6'4", 190 freshman, will step to the free throw line for the Trojans for the 1+1. 73-43 the score right now as Miller at the line. It's up and it's good. So Aiden Miller gets in the scorebook for the Trojans tonight. Make it 74-43. Bonus try for Miller. On the way, good.
Those look good.
75-43.
Be active with our hands. Don't see what's around.
Franklin Simpson with the basketball. Batten out of the left corner. Gives to Lowe. Sends it over to Hogan. Now to Locatour. Locatour will give it back to Batten. And back over the right side it goes to Hogan. Down to 2:05 to play here in the game. Here's a long three out of deep right corner. Good for Batten. 75-46. Barren County. A minute 55 to play. Colton Stevens with the basketball for Barren. Working left side against Lowe. Hands it off to Miller. Miller in a trap. Throws it back to Stevens. Lobs it down. Here's a shot put up and in. Lane Stevens getting the bucket from Colton Stevens. The Edward Jones advisor, Jamie Harris assist. 77-46. Pass knocked down by Miller. Come back to Lowe. Fires it down to Locatour. Shot goes up, no good. Miller taps it to himself with a rebound and gives it to Colton Stevens. With a minute 20 to play. Colton Stevens works against Batten. Reverses it to the right side. Cuts back left. Throws it off the left corner. Lane Stevens. Back out it comes to Miller. Swings it straight away to Colton Stevens. And a minute 6 to play. Now Ogles with the basketball has it stripped loose. Coming up with it is Batten. He goes to the basket, puts it up, missed it. Ball slapped away. Lowe chases it down the left corner. Now he'll give it out to Hogan. Back to Lowe. Lowe goes baseline. And now shovels it inside there. Shot is blocked from behind, but a foul is going to send Richardson to the free throw line for two shots.
Number 32, Lane Stevens is first.
48 seconds to play. Barren County up by 31. The free throw is good for Richardson. Marshall returning to the Wildcat lineup. Here's Richardson's second shot, and it's good. 77-48. Colton Stevens picked up early in the backcourt by Hogan. Works it across the line, spinning away at midcourt. Fires a pass down to Lane Stevens. Out it comes to Ogles. He'll leave it off in the corner with Lane Stevens. Back to Ogles. Ogles on the dribble. Needs some help. Bounces long over to Miller. Back out to Colton Stevens with 25 seconds to play. And a bad pass. Threw it right in the hands of Lowe. I'm not sure who he was aiming for. And here's a spin move by Hogan. He puts it up and in. Hogan with his first two tonight. 77-50. 11 seconds to play in the basketball game. Colton Stevens will dribble in the front court, and they'll let the time run out. Trojans with an impressive 77-50 win tonight over Franklin Simpson here on the road to go to 13-6. Trojans get their sixth straight win and 4 in a row this week for Coach Warren Cunningham.
Great effort. Great effort.
We'll come back with the post-game report brought to you by CPC Commodities. Proven on our farm and made for yours. As you're following the Trojans, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon.